say especially so for MIBR, who are on the verge of losing those 3 best-of-5s in a row. We saw RRQ fall to the same fate in Pacific.
And it is a grueling test that MIBR having to face already early on here for the pistol round of Bind. NRG making heavy moves here. Slight miss there with the molly, but it will do the job. It stops them momentarily. Matador is going to be dashing straight past this. Bit of disrespect in order, and he smokes as well. A little bit of a corner and a pocket, but a nade will push this back. So plant denied for now. TPs as well. There's going to be threats coming from every single angle for NRG here, and it's up to them to see if they can put a stop to a double fight over towards Showers. Not anticipating the angle, but Verno snaps to the side anyway. Brock dealt with. Verno's low. Ethan knows it. Angles to be played for here, and he's trying to play his life in. It's a nice shot by Verno, at least to get that 1 kill. And Scuba on the prowl.
On the most ridiculous wraparound around the world, Scuba.
Aspas and Zekken, dynamic duo. On the duelist this time. We'll see if they anticipate this one. The timing caught. Kiko has a bullet to the temple, but Scuba wrapping from behind surely is that insurance policy. Reload committed. Scuba's around. It's out into the open. Aspas low, and time now thoroughly against Zekken. Not much you can do in a spot like this. Sharp shooting on display. The kill at the end not going his way. It's NRG leading a pistol round here in this best-of-5.
A specially crafted pistol round strat that you won't see them run on a rifle round either. Double smokes down to just lock off a little area over towards triple and bench. Very dangerous. Mazina was prowling inside of those smokes and almost caught Ethan as the plant was going down. But I think that's why we've got to start talking about this. NRG have been able to hide Bind the entire time.
Yep.
MIBR picking into it here because NRG have been permabanning it in their, well, almost permabanning it. They did float it in their first game at Kickoff, which implies that it's not a horrendous map for them, but they haven't wanted to play it. So MIBR going over here thinking that they'll have an advantage, but the tape is not with them. So you do have the opportunity to get caught by little set ideas like that.
NRG, we know them as a team that are going to be well drilled, prepared at every moment. It's a good return of the fire there. Zekken at least takes him out. Scuba going down. It's a Stinger reclaimed. It's not the biggest gun in the world. Could potentially make the difference though, as a stack of bodies ready to fight this, but look at this. Preemptive play by NRG. They want to get ahead of the curve, and any sort of play that MIBR could be cooking.
Mada 2 away from being able to get the converging paths online as well. Could be an enormous tool to start a snowball going on their attack side.
Yeah.
Zekken though has started sharp, hasn't he? He's 1 away from a dimensional drift himself. And he was actually the danger player last time these 2 teams matched up.
Even in the game yesterday.
They need him. They absolutely need him.
Yeah.
Show these boys who's boss.
A strong start on this map from MIBR. A strong start from this map for NRG would spell a disaster for MIBR. This is where they want to begin the series on a good footing.
It's always, you know, the expectations, I suppose, as well. An uphill struggle for MIBR. They've spiraled down from grand final to grand final, now into the lower. Up against an NRG that have had all the tape in the world to look at. Very tough. Getting this round on the board, though, will be important.
Down short.
Yeah, already got that A short control. Gathering it all the way up. There's a Trailblazer as well to put the squeeze onto the side. It's drone's going to be used. It's a good shot by Aspas. Lays claim to the side of Showers. And he's got some help as well alongside Zekken. Plant's still not going down. There's a lot of util that's being expended. Zekken collects himself another one with Mada being dropped. Aspas as well. These are just kills happening all over the place as Aspas is just going hunting for them.
Yeah, he fully pushed out through Showers. 8 HP, managed to take the 1v1 against Ethan.
That's what we needed to see from Aspas. Big performances flash through as soon as that plant comes down. Zekken taking names and not taking any chances in a round like that. Signs of life for MIBR. We desperately needed to see this from them.
The structure of the round makes sense, but to be honest, it is the individual stuff that tips it into their favor. Aspas being able to get both of those kills, shutting down Scuba, and then taking the 1v1 against Ethan, who was going to monitor the flank and make sure that nobody was pushing from either direction to wrap around the short players. You can't avoid talking about it. Aspas has been fairly dreadful, actually, in the most recent games from MIBR, but that is utterly unexpected. I mean, there's a reason why we're talking about him as greatest of all time kind of candidate player.
And a player that's trying to build a legacy too.
Yeah.
Attend these events, fill out the trophy cabinet.
He is so consistent, and yet recently hasn't actually been able to find his form. But if he can come alive in this match, I think he's the X factor. He's the win condition for them. Weirdly enough, looking at the stats, he's the 4th highest fragger, as in the 2nd lowest fragger for MIBR across this tournament, which you would just never believe.
No. They are stacked to the brim with talent, but still, shots matter. Lucky escaping the Ira. MIBR being very active around the map here.
Yeah, and looking to double up with Aspas and Zekken to try to take this fight into Scuba again.
I think this makes sense. NRG, they were thrown off balance a little bit when G2 were running at them.
It's also a weird position for Scuba's orb to be in. Just to let him walk into showers here.
Drone is going to be broken. Does spot a lot of these players now. 40-second mark. This is going to be the signal to go for NRG. Moving forwards now. Steam rolling ahead. Not
Fast
much
flank.
in terms of resistance. There is that flank, as you called out. 2 players of MIBR going to be reaching the party soon enough. 30 seconds. Plant still being denied. Util was saved for the situation just like this. And Ethan's still looking for the next signs of it. Dimensional Drift is going to be utilized this time. And Zekken putting out the players. And that is a complete collapse. MIBR laid out the trap. It was NRG that stumbled into it.
And Aspas with another 3K.
This is what we needed to see.
MIBR's protocols for defending this A short push are looking really nice. Even though they lost out in showers, this time they weren't able to stop Scuba and Ethan taking that space. The pressure on the plant is enormous. The smoke that Mazzino is throwing is standard, for sure, but the way that MIBR are spamming through it and consistently applying pressure, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare to try to get that down. And NRG, the game plan not working,
No.
but it's early days yet. NRG are going to take this tag time out to adjust something for the rifle round that comes after this one. But to be honest, if Mada spots somebody, I could see him trying to invest in the ult and see if he could get a Bucky kill.
Yeah, you never know.
Spiral it further.
He's forwards with that Bucky in hand. It is the weaker buy. Just spotted out. Thanks for the snake bite. Double dash over, but that's a player dealt with. That was a danger player, really, in the form of Mada.
Look at that from Aspas as well. Really decisive, straight through the teleporter from short.
There's no messing around.
Goes and backstabs. I think that's what I want to see more as well.
Yeah.
It's just Aspas feeling like he's his old confident self.
No more hesitancy.
And getting it done on agents that aren't just Jet.
Yeah, and it's a very, very clear, I don't want to call it a game plan, but maybe just the ideology is different right now for MIBR. They are very willing to fight. Trying to make NRG uncomfortable. Even against the weaker buy, there's dangers if you overextend yourself, could hand over some guns. But look at Mazzino, all the space that he's got.
Yeah, but also you're talking about handing over guns.
Yeah, we'll see. It's accounted for. Kiko with a classic.
40 seconds and still with a player down. But that's a phantom you don't really want to put in their hands.
I mean, Ethan's way ahead of the pack there. Flash forwards. Zekken eager to draw even more blood. And there it is, the follow-up. Tex right there behind him, shoulder to shoulder.
Again, aggression, boxing them in, never letting NRG get out into sight where Kiko could have found some of those angles to make the Phantom shine. Like it from Tex, just backing up slightly. Nade comes out to open the door, lets Aspas take that duel instantly. And now Aspas has a showstopper for a round where you know NRG are going to do something different. Bonkard took the tag time out to adjust the game plan here, so they're not going to go for that same short push. You know they aren't.
Hold on.
Is Aspas just going to send it?
He looks like he's raring to go.
It's a little slower.
Slow for now.
Again, you know they're doing something different, so Aspas is not going to run into a stack.
It's a drone. Forwards. Zekken is hard committed here. There's Salvo's at his feet. Trying to move to the side, and that flash did not connect. Zekken capitalizes quickly. Ethan's removed. Out forwards. Verno! Verno! Drops them where they stand. That's a spike drop down as well. Essentially in enemy territory. The smoke's in the face of Verno. Small gap to play in, but again, this is an MIBR that are not content with just leaving space untaken. They will take the fight to you today. A team angry and willing to prove they're not going to go down so easily.
Scuba's the last one left. Aspas took all of this space very early on. We'll have instant information if Scuba tries to go for anything. MIBR made such a good adjustment coming out of this one. They knew that Bonkar had called to change things up. NRG had run that same push basically twice. Scuba towards showers, Ethan to support. They're definitely going to do something different, and Aspas coming up around behind and puts a bullet into the ear of Scuba. Didn't even have to use his showstopper.
No. It's an essential tool that he can carry on into the next, and there's plenty more ults as well that NRG are building up to. Almost every single one that they've got online, so pretty critical that they're saving key ultimates.
Yeah, this is the next round though, where you don't exactly get what Bonkar's adjustment is going to be coming out the back of this. So they could go back to a bit of short pressure, right? Or they could just carry on going for the same B adjustment that their coach had looked at.
Down A short though, Aspas is willing to square up. Eager to scrap and seems to be aware that he could be able to catch a player unaware as Seeker's moving behind him. Kiko is out wider. Seeker spoils the party though, and Aspas is gone, taken out. He was alone on A.
They're trying to do the same thing again. But there goes the showstopper, and the defenders are having to pivot to try to plug this gap over on the A side. And now Ethan's got a really nice opportunity to call some mid-round stuff. Plenty of time on the clock, 5v4. Yeah. Tex pushing out of sand just to get that information.
More and more risks to be taken when you're a player down. Might get the sound cue. Yeah, Brock is running full sprint now because it's NRG hard committing. What a shot by Tex. Verno out towards the back. This guy is just lighting him up right now. Feel like we are witnessing a very angry MIBR. NRG left scrambling right now, looking to see if they can piece together any sort of semblance of a round. They are falling though, dropping whittled to pieces. Scuba and Kiko, the last ones left. Smoke in your face, but Zekken still primed onto the angle. Few stray shots, he is low. But still steps forward, still steps up to the challenge. And all that damage done, a softened up target for Verno to just eat up. 5-2, MIBR. That's despite Aspas going down early.
Yeah, what a recovery in that round. I love the push coming out from Tex. They've got such a good read on what NRG are up to on their attack side. It has been a map historically where I think Ethan struggled a bit to call these defaults without making them look obvious. But it's been a while since we've had that level of criticism. Here, though, it's like MIBR have just downloaded what NRG are going for on their attack. And this, again, without the tape. Second time.
Strong start, though, for MIBR. We were wondering, the thoughts were there. The fatigue potentially settling in. Had to play a lot of maps of Valorant the past 3 days.
They look like they're full of energy at least to begin.
Yeah.
And this is back to the original game plan for NRG. This is what they were doing for the first few rifle rounds.
Towards A. Not too much in terms of the way of planting ours across the map, but a snake bite matter. Top of the box.
There's
to
an
punish
adjustment.
on the Mazzino, yes. Knew they were going to be trying to use some of that util to deny that plan, and so Mazzino caught unaware. The rifle, though, reclaimed. Zekken vacating it. Showers control was taken the whole time. Spams and bullets are going to be wrestling against the back of the walls there.
They still don't have the plant, though. They don't have the plant, and because Scuba has been trying to lurk Showers in all of these short push rounds, they don't have an option to go back to B that easily either. You know, Tex could have been pushing down here. They know that he sent that snake bite long range from B, but where is he?
Tex taking up residency once more over towards B. Trailblazer. Clearance into Hookah. Gets the clearance onto Tex too, onto that corner. There's bullets firing forward. Salvos instantaneously. A flash. Stuns. Everything coming at him right now. And Mada is the first one to draw blood onto the site. Kiko slips past all of them here. Zekken's going to be facing a multitude of players there into the high-low. This is a interesting scenario. With just 2 players left, MIBR not going to be looking to play into this when he realizes the chances are just way too slim.
They've got an enormous amount of money to be able to work with. Having won 5 rounds in a row here. See if NRG go and try to chase to get ults online, but they're the ones with their economy in a bit of a tumultuous spot. I like the idea of going back over to B in some of these failed short pushes. When you go down short and you tap the plant a couple of times, and MIBR have to smoke it, they have to stack it, they're spraying. But I did think it was difficult for Ethan to call those B pivots because you just lack information. You don't have any lurker over there. But Tex got hard overwhelmed. The double drone composition that NRG are using gives them a lot of tools to be able to spot out a single player like that.
That's a good adjustment at the beginning of round 2. This punish onto Mazzino, knowing that they're going to be going for the plant denial. Yeah, catching the players at the util out.
He's sometimes going to be inside the smoke, so it won't always be that easy. And of course, if Mada does it again, they'll be pre-aiming the box that he's on top of.
Group up though, NRG.
Oh. Aspas pulling out the Outlaw in order to punish the light armor buy that NRG loves to go for.
Yeah, knowing that the economy. You said I like to go to conserving the money. Matters forwards though. This is rapid approach all the way through short. Zekken forced to respect it. TP's back all the way over towards B, and here's a showstopper. Time to shine. Finds a target. Ethan's down and out. Underhanded with a nade. Prevents any sort of reclamation there of the spike. It's still picked up. Plant online, they don't realize it's still here. Aspas hunting down the target. Armageddon's now going to be rolled out though. This is NRG looking to salvage the situation as best they possibly can. And Brock with steady aim, rifle in hand. Brock, he's got safety in numbers. Kiko over the shoulder will help him out.
The double flank coming down short.
And that 3v3 suddenly into a 2v2.
What a spin!
Turn on a dime. Kiko lowers anything. Viper's Pit blossoming out. Gives him a bit of cover for NRG to retreat. There's plenty of time left into the rounds. These have been rapid beginnings, unorthodox to the way that NRG usually like to play a tap. Potentially, though, the footsteps being heard. Verno, he had his eyes trained. Second guessing it. Wondering where this is, and Kiko's been handed the timing. 3 kills now for him.
30 seconds left.
Looking potentially for the 4th, but it's up to Zekken now in a 1v2 to put a stop to it. Pit still active. Scoping it out, trying to hunt where these players could be. Time, pressure, mounting against NRG. They need to get this plant down. But they don't know where Zekken could be lying. Contemplating that it could have been a rotation. The plant down, and Zekken, bit of spam straight through the box. Kiko going down in the final few bullets. It leaves it into a 1v1, but crucially, Scuba still alive. The pit remains. A blight on the map. An obstacle that's going to be in his way. Taking it slowly, steadily now. Trying to scope out every possibility. Decay kicking in, Scuba relying on to the shorty. Not quite a tap. Zekken was the full stick this one, moving forward. Scuba, that's half earned. Zekken has wing cons, but a shorty will do him in regardless. Scuba winning that round out. It got scrappy. Chaotic towards the middle section.
Insane value from Kiko as well throughout that round. We're watching Scuba win the 1v1 clutch towards the end, but it's Kiko who throws the spike over to Scuba, re-wraps around short, and that's after hitting a devious 180 flick to deny the short flank, which I think should have won the round here. But I don't know, he's just too good. How he survives on 3 HP to get the spike down as well, I don't know, because if Zekken gets that kill,
it's a difference maker.
It's a big difference maker. MIBR had so many chances of winning that round.
NRG now just trailing by the 1 round. Flash. It's good for it. NRG brute force through showers. They're looking for this ult orb online onto Matter. And Kiko, in fact, has a season and orbital strike. Reactive play by MIBR.
Lovely.
Trying to get 1 step ahead, trying to read what the play is. Zekken. Rifle aim is a little bit labored there. In exchange of the bullets, the refract, they call a bit of a stalemate.
This is one of the few rounds where Scuba has been looking over towards B, but he's got a pit in his face on B long. And Aspas, in hot form, holding hookah. NRG have got a little bit of control around the map, but it's nothing to write home about. They're still going to have to go through this guy.
Yeah, he does like this angle. He's played here before. See if they're ready for it. That's a wide face and swing. Nade, though, was primed for this. Prevents any sort of follow-up, and the smoke was instantaneous. Matter, he's gone down and out. That was over towards A. The backup policy, and Verno is just going, running around, hunting for the stragglers.
Delivering the 8th death with no kills for NRG's IGL.
This is an MIBR. They are not content with just leaving the space as is. They are hungry for the kills and hungry to make a statement.
They've been the team in control here. NRG have definitely come in with a game plan, but MIBR 1 step ahead, stuffing it, stopping it, and NRG struggling to adapt. And I think this can be a weakness for NRG. If the read that they have doesn't pay off immediately.
Oh yeah, we're not doing fist bumps for a long time. You need to remember me.
Yeah, that's important.
Aspas criticizing Zekken.
Yeah, keep the morale up.
Yeah. Come on, lad.
You're not doing enough at 11 kills, come on. It's a weak A setup here for MIBR.
Double Duel is holding hands for MIBR, though.
Yeah.
You know, they were constantly prolling.
Tex. He's got a lot on his plate here, but it's still able to get the 1 with Matter. Gone, finish off. Plays it all the way in and through. This orbital strike is going to go wide. It's a miss. We'll clear out most of Lamps, and NRG will absorb up most of that space once more.
They're sand pushing again.
This is a deep push all the way out. This is relentless right now from MIBR.
But there's never anyone from NRG able to stop it.
No, confidence is brimming.
You want to cancel, you want to go towards B, but look at these players in market.
The angles are being held. Might come down to a game of timings, but with those rifles well trained, off onto the corner, Varno! Gets two, can't manage a third, but the damage might have been done. Still an attempt to get back control, some stability into your feet for NRG. Scuba and Brock left in a 2v3. Zekano immediately posted, back to the wall, onto the B site. Look to timing this drone, see if he can get himself potential angle, but he's spotted out at the barest of moments, revealed towards it, and that's shot straight through. Flimsy metal, it's not enough to stop it. NRG, the one's powering ahead.
After Verno's 2K in market, and second getting there on site beforehand. Should have been locked up. NRG are being offered ways back into these rounds, despite the fact that their opening game plan is giving them nothing.
1v2 now for Tex. Let's try and find where these players are. Slight sound cue. It's going to give him a bit of information, but this is NRG ready to double swing. Taking the fight together, and it's almost there. Potential from Tex. You could get control of the spray on time, but for NRG, or even a sigh of relief.
I'm amazed that they've got up to 5. And MIBR are so much in control in terms of the way that they're running the positional play around the map. And yet they're just making enough small mistakes for NRG to get back in some of these crucial moments. But it's taking clutches. And that, a pretty big mistake from Zekken, getting lit up by Brock's drone. Aspas picks up the operator. A weapon he's known for, but one that hasn't found him too much value in Kickoff, weirdly enough.
This is one more round left to be played for in this half. It's spread here. Focus from NRG over towards that B long. And on the avenue, Trailblazer potentially spotting out where Verno was. The util's gone a bit wide there. This onto the molly. The C's will be next, though. Really trying to deny them this space. There's no serious commitment from NRG. The spike is firmly dropped in the back lines.
It's a very different game plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're trying to make as much noise on B long as they can while these Showers players take some space. But Kiko's going back into both of these duelists again from MIBR, holding hands. Zekken supporting Aspas.
He's got to hold this angle for Aspas here. That's the weak point. Aspas will watch market, spotted out with the bullets. Now you might have to peel yourself back a little bit.
Yeah, it collapses the crossfire play. But it also tells MIBR that NRG are not ready to hit B just yet. And Verno's done a great job, actually, of re-establishing control and information down B long. Question is whether he feeds.
He's forwards. He's taking a fight. There's so many players in front of him. It's the one, and he spots out where the rest of the bodies are. Surely that pulls rotations, but that gives time for Scuba to strike. He's been good on these lurks before, and he's going to be hearing all of these sound cues. Tex now, pressure on him. Convergent pass, potentially sidestep Scuba, looking for the right time. And at mass TP, Scuba calls it. It's a vacated A site. They're pulling them away with only 16 seconds left. Time's barely there. Molly's flying forwards, though.
Nade from Aspas.
Nade, potential to deny the plans. Ethan, full sticking it, barely alive on a shred of HP. 4v4 still. This final round of this half is really coming down to the minor differences. And that raw aim, gunfight's taken. NRG winning this one out. It's a baited a shot, no reload. Matter's got to be careful. But the damage firmly done. NRG making sense. A rather chaotic round here. It's all within their hands at this point in the 2v4, Aspas and Mazzino. The onus on them to try and see if they can put a stop to any of this. A tap doesn't really pull any of the attention, and the time is just ran way too short. Kills might be flowing at the end here, but this is NRG that will be dragging it 6-2-6.
The finest margins once again as Ethan survives on 2 HP. The call from Scuba to draw players back into A with the Waylay fake. Beautiful, though. And I think MIBR are going to be disappointed that this is an even half. Unfortunate team flash towards the end there as well. Self-flash, in fact, onto Zekken. But this was MIBR's round. Not round to win, half to dominate.
Yeah.
This felt like it should have been an 8-4 maybe, something like that. But NRG crafting these kind of rounds.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just, again, kind of new team stuff to figure out. It ends up falling by the wayside in terms of priorities.
This low bracket.
Smoke's down.
Our expectations dashed away here, especially with the pace of play that we've seen so far. But the second half might be a little bit different here. There's players walking up.
Both of these teams going for sand pushes.
Yeah.
Constantly as a reaction to short info.
Just looking for that information. Mazzino caught unaware. He's a player that will be dropped here, but Texas not to be dismayed. That is a snap to the side. Crosshair placement wasn't quite ready, but that's a player in front of it. Verno trying to stick that plan. Brock unaccounted for up towards that heaven angle. Spike picked up. Aspas now with a hard committal.
They're not flipping the map, though.
No, they're not. The flank is still in control of NRG. They want to try and fight this player over here. Zekken and Tex trying to make a go of it, but Brock can just try and play his life as much as he can. Plenty of pockets to play in. The flash connects, and the shots going wild and wide. Not enough.
But now the plan isn't good for them.
No, and now players can get on top of this when it comes down to that individual brilliance. Sticking Mata all the way through. It's already on half. Plays it to push them back to Satchel and away. Mata's off claiming the kills. Forward, Zekken! Relentless! Going for it to salvage that situation.
Scrappy kind of pistol round, but a big one for MIBR to put on the board. Defying the stats and getting the result. What an opener from Tex. I was very worried in terms of where the plant ended up falling, but these players came diving back in. Zekken collecting 2. It's mine. And they are going to need big performances out of him. But this is, I mean, you look at the scoreboard, this is more how you would expect this team to perform with Aspas Zekken always up towards the top. Hasn't been the tale of the kickoff so far.
No. Fast going here for MIBR. Not too worried about the potential of this eco bind. NRG, they can get cheeky and tricky when it comes to these situations. Their ecos, they're always cooking something up. That's going to be spotted. Zekken's like, get me out of there. But it's nothing to do with it. Like a comedy routine.
All right, it's a good idea to have you're going first with a Marshal in those kind of situations. You're not too worried about dropping the gun, but also they've always got the ability to evacuate.
But no, he's trying to go back in. They're expecting potentially an over-rotation, but Zekken's finished off.
Time to leave, I think.
Yeah, definitely so. Players will stick around to make sure that they can't reclaim the gun. I believe it's just a Marshal. So still trying to fight them. This is pure confidence brimming, but overconfidence be a bit of an issue. Still, they spot out where Brock is hiding. Running around, this is just ridiculous.
Well, they did only have 2 rifles, I think, to try to keep into this round. So it's not a disaster just yet. Texas is going to go back to recover one of them. Picked up the Marshal instead.
Yeah.
I think there was a gun lying around there.
There it is. 2 guns finally back in their hands, but MIBR, they are split up here. Tex locking down where he anticipates Kiko could be.
He'd have to be a laser with the classic.
Yeah, he's been sharp with it, but not accounting for that angle. Tex mops it up. And like you mentioned, they only brought 2 rifles into this, so normally that'd be quite damaging, right? You've only got 2 players surviving against the eco, but not for MIBR. They're able to keep the major buys together.
Oh, that is a jump scare. You see Zekken coming it out frantically as well. There's 7 of them. There's 7 of them in front of me.
Guns. I only had a scout.
It's not what it's called in that game.
Okay, push up your glasses.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Is it's really easy for their economy to now still look very good. Yeah. They have actually forced one of the guns in this round, though. They've been doing this a lot, MIBR. And then Verno picks up a sheriff if they fail.
Just to round out the buy. Mata, he's on that. ADS'd up. He has backup as well by his side. Brock lying in wait. End of this game, feeling like it comes down to the gunfights that are being taken. It's brute force as an approach.
It's a nice timing from Mazzino, though. He times it with the orb tap, so he knows he's taking a 1v1.
Verno looking like he might want to take some of the space, but just holding for now. Jump spot angle.
MIBR have been quiet down short, so NRG haven't found a timing to push on the other side of the map just yet.
Once overheads.
Ethan.
Lamps is occupied. Ethan just commits a TP. He trailblazed earlier. I think he anticipated it was going to be clear. And not enough to deny that plan. The snakebite came a little bit too late there. 4v4 still, though. Anyone's game. MIBR looking to take this one again through that sheer individuality, but it's Mata the one shining. Ethan towards the back of the site. Still in control of this. Tex and Mazzino. They do have mollies to play with, but right now, keeping the guns out. Convergent pass has been earned up, and Mata's going to be utilizing it, using it. Tex left spinning, wondering how the hell is he going to get out of this spot. Scuba reclaims that space up eagerly and cleans up the following players. Mazzino dropped at a moment's notice. 1 round is the difference between these 2 teams for our opening map.
Wellale gained off the back of those 3 kills and an all picked up in showers. Made all the difference in terms of cleanly converting this. Spray control onto Aspas is very nice.
Pocket. Oh my god, nice shots, guys. Holy shit.
That's a requirement with the way that MIBR are playing right now.
Yeah, you got to be bringing your A game.
Yeah.
Neither team too close to any other major ultimates. Aspas could get that showstopper online halfway through the round potentially, but they're going for a B-leaning default here into Scuba, who's the only one home defending B.
Toxin screen, boys and orb. Satchel up.
Quick satchel, Aspas. Taking up the space.
It's a hard read from NRG that this was going to be fast A at the beginning. 4-player stack. Maybe they've read into the fact that MIBR don't really do fast B rounds.
Yeah.
So they feel like they have a timing where they can just leave Scuba home alone.
Enough time passed, though, that NRG can slowly maneuver some of the pieces back over towards B. Shore it up.
Yeah, they've got the stack in the right place now.
Yeah, 3 players. That's a TP by Mada. He gets traded out, though. He had the refract to potentially get out there, but overstayed his welcome. Shots through the wall. Scuba lowers anything. The horn revealing onto the 2 of the players. It looks like a hard committal. MIBR looking like they want to go for this one. Sees not quite that. It's just a nade and a snake bite enough to clear it up with the bullets following through. Scuba timing taken and denied. MIBR had their rifles well trained on the appropriate angles.
A slow siege on the B side from MIBR and forcing every player out of position, driving them into the open where they're easy pickings. And this round, it's over. And really, MIBR are generating a huge amount of ults off the back of it too. Aspas got onto his. Verno now with a Nightfall to play with. Mazzino 1 away from an orbital strike. Serious chance of MIBR now going on a run.
That's the danger zone for NRG. You're playing against any team. Attack side bind, if you let them start generating the ultimates, they can just start snowballing. MIBR have them. Available and waiting. Brock will look to save this weapon into the next. Players are going hunting, though, from MIBR.
Yeah, there's a couple of players here without very many credits. Scuba and Mada with very little to work with. So I think it's pretty important that Brock keeps hold of that weapon. I mean, Mada really hard commits on that without anyone taking contact for him over towards Hookah. Normally that would be a play where you have somebody holding an angle in Hookah and then Mada can come through and backstab them. I think it was just based off Ethan's Sky utility. And if you watch how Ethan's using the Sky util, he is dumping it early. You'll be 40 seconds into the round and he'll have nothing left. So he's just trying to find out early on where MIBR are playing. And then they don't have basically any flashes to be able to work with in the mid or late round.
Trying to clear up that fog of war, wondering where they could be. Kickoff. It's him and Brock who are holding down this side. They do have rifles. Smoke shot down though, and out of showstopper. That's going to be signal it. Aspas wants to try and send this one forwards, up and over towards their head. That's a rocket that's going to be missing, hitting the side of triple. Not too much in terms of the way the damage done. Brock almost going down to the molly. Luckily, heal in the back pocket.
I thought they were going to look for the plant as Aspas popped the showstopper there, because it would have been very hard to spam and deny.
Well, players are starting to take the space up now. Mada wants to see if he can try and take this fight forward. No! Oh my goodness!
Oh, that's astonishing stuff from Verno. He's hit some major multi-kill rounds in this map so far, but that one is something else.
Ridiculous stuff. Stamps out anything that could got deadly and dangerous. Brock, he's the playmaker here. Stun does connect, but covered. Scuba's only got the Bucky. Could potentially get another gun for it. Hold on, that's a kill claim. Players are low. He's like, wait a minute, I don't want that gun still. Angles accounted for. Mazzino eager to plug in the gaps here. Horn overhead. This is getting a little bit messy. They want to try and deal with Scuba cleanly, but they know where he is. They've got him penned in, and they're just toying with him at this point. There it is. Kill for Aspas. 3-round difference now, MIBR leading.
MIBR are not playing like an exhausted team here, knocked down into the lower bracket. They're the team, actually, by the look of it, with more energy and vigor for this game. What is this?
Insane transfer.
He hit a sick 2K transfer like that in market earlier.
Dude, the jumpy, bro.
Yeah, so smiles.
It did feel a little bit like they needed this levity to their game in some of the earlier best of fives.
Yeah, the seriousness of the situation definitely taking its toll on some of the players. I mean, you could see it in Mazzino's play towards the end of yesterday.
He was trying his hardest in map 3.
Yeah, he was.
He wants to go and play in front of his friends, his family. He's from Santiago. It would be an enormous shame if he ended up missing out on it. I'm sure every day they're asking, you know, did you qualify? And he has to delay that good news a day later, and then a day later, and then you go into this game and you're like, hold on, are we really going to miss out on this?
Yeah, the last chance. It's like what we said at the beginning. Expectations for both of these teams. You've got reigning world champions on one side and a super team that's expected to lift trophies on the other, but no more second chances here in a match like this. The eco stacked at NRG. Pretty comfortable going for, seeing if they can gamble. Get MIBR to slip up potentially. Nightfall's going to be committed. Even though it is the eco, it's hunting for information.
I don't think he found a single person.
No. I think it might have been sidestep, and that could just be causing a bit of a downfall here for MIBR. They're sending it flying forwards. A shorty Zekin. Getting cheeky with it now with a flash overhead here. These guns need to be good, well trained into the corner. Every player accounted for and dropped in the end. Matters forwards, and even he won't be able to get too much done there. Significant damage, at least to the armor, but flawless overall. MIBR not losing a single player, now up to 11, and this is dire situation for NRG to be in. No more timeouts.
And Zekin still with the dimensional drift. So hard to set up defensive systems here that are going to be able to hold up against a Yoru ultimate that just exposes exactly where everybody's playing. Zekin picking up the attack op as well, upgrading from the Outlaw. Full armor on everybody on NRG.
Matters with an op of his own.
They're doing that same 4-player stack on the A side that we've seen from them a couple of times, just leaving Scuba here on B.
Yeah, a flash to set up Matter onto the Deep Showers line, and Ethan going to be rejoining with Scuba.
This slow press into the B site, though, destroyed NRG previously. Ethan, remember, was tucked into the cubby and got flushed out with util. And because NRG are not really fighting for B long or hookah, MIBR don't have to use very much. They still have a ton of util by the time they get to the site.
Matter is so deeply pushed here, all the way out of Showers.
The ops might end up shaking hands here in top short.
Drone bumped off, gets the tag. Zekin position is acknowledged. Trailblazer now for that mid-round info. It was saved by Ethan. We're hitting that minute mark, and he did potentially spot more than a few players. Dimensional drift, though, from Zekin signals that this might be a bit of a speed up. MIBR looking for that information, looking for signs that they can hard commit into this, but players are waiting into the wings. It's just Scuba spotted. It's a bait and switch. NRG, they've got players waiting, but they need to jump out of the smokes now. Time to capitalize. Kills flowing for them all the way. Aspas in a 1v2, making a 1v1. This guy is lighting them all up. TV heard. Knows positioning. 20 seconds remaining. There was a fake TP at that. Refract back for Matter. Trying to bait the position, and it's caused Aspas to plan for backside. He's not going to anticipate this. This is a fast timing by Matter, but a boombot might spell it all out. No rifle picked up. Timing, waiting it out. Matter's got the op. It just comes down. However, Aspas might wade right into his sight lines, but the angle is held, and the awareness is so damn good. Cerebral play by Aspas.
He's back. He is back. If he keeps this level of play up throughout this match, it's going to be a whole different MIBR. Not only is Aspas up towards the top of the scoreboard, 21 and 8, but I'll tell you another thing, his clutches have been missing completely across Kickoff too. And yet the way that he plays this one shows you why he likes to play cautiously and get that value in the late round. Because usually, he's a menace here.
Yeah.
But
brilliant play.
For whatever reason, across Kickoff so far, Mazzino, Tex, and Aspas have not been able to get it going in the clutch. There's so many things that if MIBR turn around, just turn it up a little degree, could give NRG a lot of trouble, and you get to see it there.
Potentially. Zekin's going to be dropped early on in a round like this. Could have been the tipping point. That's an Armageddon committed. NRG spinning ults. Quite telling, I think, perhaps, of the mentality that they're in. Feeling pressed into a corner despite the player advantage. They need every single round to count.
Scuba's given a whole load of space inside of his ult here to Verno. Of course, that means that Verno's going to be sat on 1 HP.
He's decayed down. Don't even need to be accurate with the judge. You could just start spamming away. I mean, he might just find a few kills here. Very tricky scenario. Verno fired a shot. That is scary stuff. Pops himself out of it, though, and it's a bit of a sound bait. Looks like wants to slip his way back in to punish. But Scuba reasserts himself, gaining control, and it looks like there should be a fight going his way. Yeah, the highlights pointed out. Verno's gone. At this point, options for MIBR. Entirely leaning over towards the B side, but NRG have got reinforcements. Control is theirs. Smokes lay it down. The rifle spam while you're at it. Salvos as well going to be pushing them out and away, and it kills. At least claimed there, just that 1-for-1. Orbital strike to deny this one. 18 seconds left. What is the call right now for MIBR? Looks like to be to give it up.
I think it's, honestly, not even that bad of a round for MIBR. They've managed to pull out 2 massive ultimates. The ult bank was starting to get enormous for NRG. And if they want to win 5 in a row, they can't always be relying on using, you know, Armageddon and Orbital Strike in the rounds to stop hits from coming through.
And the Viper's Pit as well, while you're at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, it's 3
big ults.
3 ults in the round. I forgot about the Pit. That's essentially the entire arsenal of big defensive ultimates expended in that 1 round. Of course, it's an important round, but it's the first of many important rounds that NRG are going to have to win if they want to get to overtime.
1 round is all MIBR need in a spot like this here for this opening map. They know it better than most currently, that best of 5s, they are a marathon. They've played in a lot of them, especially in Kickoff. Aspas, again with the operator. Scoped up, going hunting.
Launching missile.
If you can find an early target, it would be good. There's a lot of pressure there with a util. The Prowler in the face, Brock is forced to really respect that. Who could control though, given up. Aspas is alone when he's taking this angle and approach. It is risky business. Slightest of margins. Hunting forward and doubled up. It might not go his way at all. Yes, NRG had that one in a high-low. Plenty of view to where that came from as well. The salvos.
That's a spike.
Decay. Yes.
He gets out.
Mazino can't be going down in a spot like that.
And manages to extract himself.
Instant reposition by NRG. Made him switch off into the corner. The Seeker's going to be offloaded into that mid-round just for that extra information. Tech's only breaking the 1. 2 of them leading away, and this is Matter taking a flank off of it. He's realized it. See if the timing gets taken. All leading over towards B, though. Looks like NRG have got this one in their complete control, unless things go direly wrong. B long control, backside is all there. Zekin alone onto the side. Tex, there's a bullet to the dome, straight to Matter. Kiko, though, responding! Stepping up, sidestepping most of these bullets, and Ethan getting involved into the fight. Verno left alive as the last one left. He will be running all the way back and around. There's 15 seconds left.
I think Scuba's going to beat him to the punch here, though. He's gone through the teleporter. Yeah, and Verno gives it up. He realizes this is not a round that's going to be possible. And plus, with Mazino sat at exactly 0 credits, it just makes sense to try to save the gun in this spot. You want to give yourself... They have 5 chances to close the game. It's down to 3, but you want to make sure that every one of the chances remaining is a proper rifle round. Don't give NRG any chance at getting a freebie. Hardcore punish there on Aspas's attack side hopping. I think it's time to go back to the rifle.
30 seconds left.
With the form that Aspas is playing in, I don't mind him getting the op out as much as he already has been. It's not been a weapon that he's found too much success with, but
Good job living on B.
fair enough. If he's going to play like he usually post-plant with Pit, it is probably game over here on Bind.
NRG trying to claw their way back in 1 round at a time.
Well, here's Kiko in heaven. So Kiko's going to have that angle to try to punish Aspas as he goes for the ult off the box at short.
Here it is, sending it flying forwards now. With a double satchel, but no committal of the ult. Big reveal up towards heaven. Shots in through the smoke. They anticipating Aspas's position. Pushes and pushes him back. That is a Pit now. Lay it down over towards the A site.
Still difficult to actually get the plant committed, though.
Yeah, look at the amount of smokes committed. Showers control for Mazino, but again, he has to sidestep and a convergent pass. No way!
That's just a bad weapon. Mazino only had a Spectre.
Not enough damage done. 20 HP is what Matter survives with, and that could make a critical difference. Aspas looking to see if he can plug in the gaps in their hold. Matter patience on display.
They dropped their own Pit to try to get the plant.
Trying to bait it out, but that's just the one baited into the shot. Yeah, the crosshair placement is still good. Sublime at that. Showstopper waiting for that rainy day. Plant down, and this is just to push them back and create space. No one wants to hard commit into this. But that rocket, the fuse, finally dropping low enough, and the rocket does go straight into the wall. No casualties, 4v4, MIBR. It's a massive turning point. It could be the map in their pocket as long as they maintain their composure and can earn these kills. But NRG are the ones closing in. Scuba, he activates finally onto that flank and just peels his way back.
Second just appeared into his lap.
Verno, his time to step up. It's raw individuality. That's what's on display here. Scuba finally dropped. Aspas anticipating that re-swing. Snake bite, nade, or collapse. Combine their efforts, MIBR. Determined to get this one under their belt. And in a 1v3, Kiko make it a 1v2.
He's got 7 bullets.
So much to overcome. Shorty out trying to find the targets, but running and gunning, toying with them. MIBR upsetting our expectations. They are feeling no fatigue. They are leading this lower bracket grand final.
It was 17 rounds.
Yeah.
So that was, I mean, essentially that's shorter than some BO3s.
Potentially an A main fight early on. Seeing the teams here, we'll see how fast they choose to take it. Contacting for now, but this is about to get explosive off the contact of Mada. Players waiting in the wings here. Aspas is going to be that first casualty, even over the shoulder. Mada with a follow-up. That is a 1-2 punch. And that is as rapid as anything.
Yeah, this map might be a little different to Bind. This is the bottom of NRG's pool, right up to the top of NRG's map pool. So you will expect them to be coming out with more trap plays and setups like this. That one, fairly standard, taking contact immediately, then you go for the hinder and you hard punish everybody else behind. It's nasty stuff. Now NRG with a chance to continue this.
Yeah.
And keep the momentum going.
Money's good. Outward purchase for Mada.
MIBR go back to the well. We're going to do the
we're gonna
exact
do it
same
again.
thing because we know that you're not going to be running the same trap play.
Gonna sidestep that, but that is it. 3 players tagged, suppressed by the knife.
Toxin screen down.
It's good information.
And that's what these comps are all about. You know, you get the information that they're over towards A, and you're in a position where you can push out the other side of the map and take some space. You know, it's a very fundamental way that NRG like to play on lots of maps.
Oh well. 2 shots straight to the dome. Kiko has got to be really clean with this one. Still with those classics. Verno! What is he doing with that gun?
Keeping up his spectacular form from Bind.
Unethical things. Brock, though, seems to be ready for this. Anticipating the push, and yeah, the crosshair placement was more than ready for it. There's a lot of damage done to Scuba a little bit earlier, but Aspas dropped down to 52 health himself. The entirety of the A site has been given up to him. Allows him a plant and allows him an in. But he needs to find a few more where that came from. Double dash in. Mada does not go down, but Aspas is opening himself up wide there. The hinder connects, and Scuba just slips in through the back line there.
Takes his time with that shot as well.
Yeah.
NRG did invest fully into that round. Nobody was keeping, you know, just a pistol in their pocket, something like that. So MIBR have done damage here to the economy. Will make the bonus round slightly worse for NRG. But if they set up some kind of trap like they did on round 1, it could still definitely do some damage. And Ethan, good to see him up towards the top, even if it is, you know, not in rifle rounds, because he was having a struggle city out there on Bind in terms of his fragging and his calling. So he'll be feeling a lot more comfortable out here in France. Is that where Corrode is?
I believe so, yeah. There's a lot of bakeries, so...
That is how you tell where you are.
You can make the association. I do, often. Yeah. The composition helps as well of Ethan's calling, I think, running a KO and a Sova. A lot of tools to get that mid-round info. That is a perfectly timed knife, actually. Unfortunate timing for Brock.
Yeah, but a nice idea from MIBR.
Yeah. Thrown immediately. Confiscated, so no real mid-round info, but they know that there's some presence towards mid. They're making a lot of noise now, MIBR. Jumping around, not too scared of things, but they might be scared of what Ethan's holding, that Bucky.
Double Bucky as well if they go back into B and Aspas decides to path towards elbow. At the moment, playing that 1-3-1.
Aggro.
3 suppressed.
3 tagged. Ethan trying to creep his way back up onto the line, but he's going to get punished for it. They main control, though, still maintained. Mada's here, and this is an important fight. It takes wins this one outside, stepping with the movement, but Mada in control of it. Makes the right micro adjustments and light speed to get back to safety, rejoining with his team. Him and Kiko want to try and hold down control over towards elbow. Side control given up.
Spike's late. Mazzino had it controlling B.
Towards the side, Aspas is taking this fight straight up, but he's locked up himself and off and around all that. Time pressure, Mata! How's he done it again? Where does he pull it from? The amount of aces this guy gets. We shouldn't be surprised at this point, but
every time, though, it's ridiculous.
that's astounding.
This is crazy. This is his 11th ace. Most of anybody in America's. In his short career, he's already had twice as many aces as Aspas in America's. Is that not unbelievable?
It's ridiculous.
The amount of times that he single-handedly wins rounds for NRG is astonishing, especially on the defense side.
The best of beginnings right now for NRG. Money knocked here for MIBR. Aspas is going to be finding it hard pressed to get anything done. But just now, Bucky for NRG. They're going to be smiling. Ethan, one away from an ult. Matter earned it up from that performance.
Means that the money is good. He can threaten that he has an operator in one of these rounds.
Yeah.
The ult is fantastic. It's a disaster for MIBR.
Rourke with that Odin. He's doing filthy stuff to 100 Thieves. Custom crafted lineups to try and kill Asuna.
Yeah, that one was disgusting on Pearl.
Yeah. Seen an ult considered, and why not? Got it early enough.
He has had it early enough, but it is a full anti-eco.
But they want to maintain momentum, I think. NRG trying to stomp out any signs of uprising.
But no follow-up.
No follow-up, just enough to slow them down, potentially insert. Reassess the situation though. These smokes are eventually retreating back, but Matter back to the wall. There's plenty of targets now. Flashes dodged, avoided. Kiko's forwards onto this line already. There's players though, and this could get really scrappy indeed. It does. They've been overwhelmed. Elbow control taken over. Guns handed over. Jumping up, Bucky around, anticipating the reswing. Ethan, it's good presence of mind, but there's so much damage done in the movement. He's just B-hopping his way out of there. Text from the side, sharpshooting with the Sheriff. Rourke though, it's not going to be any match for Verno, not when he's got that gun back in his hands. And now the swing, Mazzino's feeling it. A thrifty win for MIBR.
What a turnaround instantly from MIBR. It looked like a disaster situation for them. Lost 3 in a row. Matter with his ult up already.
That's shocking.
I'm not a big fan of the investment of the ult in that situation, but Matter and Kiko got squeezed there, trying to hold down elbow against the lighter weaponry. Couldn't pin down fights. Matter, though, has the money to be able to go for the op now. So op, Odin, light armor on everybody, but MIBR not looking to punish it. Aspas with a rifle in hand. If Aspas goes for his classic dash into mid, normally he's going to be worried about the knife. He's
going to be worried about Matter now with that operator, because he's trained onto the angle, but he misses the shot. That's just a wide face. Suppressed though to refract. He's stuck in no man's land right now, and Matter knows it. Hunting for that kill. It's fast pressure that's being unleashed now. MIBR looking to make the most of all that. Sound cues and chaos out towards mid. No command that's going to be emanating. Mazzino now to try and put a stop to it, but I mean, Ethan is way too aware.
That is clean from Ethan, even as he's dropping down from a box.
Spike planted.
2v3 for MIBR. Verno and Zekken have got to be on point. NRG, not normally in the habit of making mistakes and creating openings, but Verno is taking risks himself. He might just spot it there, and there it is. Perfect angle. Shots going into the floor. Trying to chop them down at the ankles. It's damage done to Scuba, but no kill confirmed. Leaves Zekken in a 1v2. All on his shoulders. Trying to really lay it down with the bullets, but a snake bite causing issues, but he collects the first kill anyway. Shock bite rebounding. Rourke just walks right into it. And Zekken secures it. A Red Bull clutch. 3 kills in a round for him.
Beautifully played from Zekken. Manages to collect those frags. The whole round, though, is quite nice from MIBR. Aspas deliberately getting stuck, I think, so that if you punish him, there's a fast react on the other side into A. They're using Aspas as bait in mid. And they take the whole of the A site as compensation and get into a spot where Zekken can win a 1v2. Double enormous rounds there from MIBR have knocked the economy. After winning a bonus, NRG are only up 3-2.
It's turbulent.
It's rare that you see that.
These teams taking chunks out of each other and how the outlaw go on walkabouts here. Aspas has got to be clean. First shot going wide as that follow-up as well. There's action happening all across the map here. Multiple fronts. And the hunter with a flash. And Mazzino, yeah, he's feeling it now. Aspas, meanwhile, being pressured. Pushed into a corner towards the top section as mid, but his team's already got it, and Tech should be able to secure this kill. And there it is. Aspas will be one to find it.
Yeah, fair enough. Would have had Tex's ult online, but never mind.
The way these rounds have gone, back and forth, MIBR now have worked their way up. Look at the amount of ults they've got.
Yeah, they're in a great position. Not only that, everybody on NRG is going to be going for light armor in the next, and Aspas has an outlaw. So he's got chances of being able to get into position. I'm interested in terms of what he does in mid. If he goes for the same pathing again. Remember, by the way, that Aspas and Verno have met NRG on Corrode before. They played against them at Champs. And Aspas was going for this double dash play. He got hit by the knife a bunch of times, and they were like, what do we do against this?
Send it again.
Here he just decides to walk on through.
Knife is used in a different direction. Ethan laid it down towards A main.
He's upgraded the outlaw to a rifle, Aspas too.
Drone spots it. It's a tag on the Verno. Spells out actually quite a bit. If the server's this deep, then chances are the rest of the team probably is as well. Convergent paths though, trying to take a bit of that link control. Aspas is alone really in this approach. He's got one player towards the back, but off all this pressure again, MIBR are so happy to just slip into the gaps. Zekken claims the life over towards B. It's TPs on TPs. The reposition over towards A main, and Ethan's taking risks to try and offset that disadvantage. It does not go his way. Double dash again over towards A though. It's Scuba looking to hold this one down. Brock behind him. But they are left in a 3v5. You have to see heroics now coming out from NRG if they want to stand a chance. Will the clearance be there in time? Scuba holding his nerve, swings out wide. That's Aspas to lead it. Shots over, lighting him up, and seconds in the air, man.
That's criminal.
Toying with him. Drop down to 28 health. Shocks are flying. The time pressure is definitely there. Anything to try and push these players out and away. You never want to count this team out, but it looks like NRG are already calling it quits.
Zekken has been completely activated today. He started out with a great beginning on Bind, overshadowed in the end, to be honest with you, by Aspas and Verno, who were also playing fantastically. But we've been waiting for Zekken to have a monster game on Omen, because in theory that should be how this MIBR team manages to pull off the solo duelist well. Can Kiko keep the gun? No.
Verno! He's a man on a mission.
Runs him over like a truck. But Zekken got inserted into such a deep position on B, deleted Mada, and NRG had no idea where they're going at that point. MIBR controlled the whole of the middle of the map. They could go in either direction, and it forces Ethan to go for that, you know, really risky play that you're watching right there. But that's all set up by Zekken being able to get into mid, grab a kill, and then what is this?
Zero reaction out of Zekken.
Very silly. Yeah. What a great response from him. This is the kind of stuff that you need to build out to get the best out of MIBR. They haven't tested Scuba yet.
No. Might be feeling the heat soon enough though, because this is rapid. That's a paranoia. Flash overhead. Players though from NRG, they had a 3-player stack into mid, so they can instantly respond to this one. Aspas in and out, back again. Drones forwards. Quick exchange of the weaponry. This is no slowing down from MIBR. Even can't quite get control of the rifle. These trades are intact for MIBR themselves, but off onto the flank Mada. He likes to take timings like this, especially when he knows that he can get away with it. Still spotted out. Level of awareness there for Verno. Mada was able to just escape it.
But he's boxing them in. He's seen all three of the players from MIBR. Now we've got to go forwards.
There's only one choice to go forwards. Mazzino hits a cracking shot. Aspas is the next one up.
Well, they've just completely obliterated the two defenders there on the site.
It's dangerous. They might have been cornered, but not a team, the form that MIBR are in, that you want to corner. They will definitely punch their way through it.
They do look like they're in different form today.
Yeah, angry almost.
I would agree. Yeah,
Mazzino was kind of, yeah, he was channeling definitely some level of that in the final map of Corrode yesterday. They were down and out. He was putting his body online. He was running them down. He was spraying bodies.
Yeah.
Because he does have more skin in the game than most in terms of wanting to make it to Santiago.
Yeah, he was saying sometimes when he thinks about the idea of him being there, playing there in front of everybody in his hometown, it's like a little tear comes to his eye.
Yeah.
You do not want to let that opportunity disappear from you.
And it feels like that attitude that he has, that just will, that drive to run at them, has infected the rest of MIBR.
Well, there's so much on the line here for both teams.
Yeah.
They're both squads with enormous expectations, sure, but also individually. I mean, if Aspas makes it to Santiago, he's got a chance to compete for a second trophy, bolster the claim at GOAT status. Ethan could add a Masters trophy, potentially. What are these shots, though?
Enemy remaining.
So fast to react, but you're exactly right. The stakes are leveled on the shoulders of these players in terms of the legacy that they're going to be setting out. To create and make, that is a saturator, does connect. That just that's huge. Massive, in fact, so much damage done. It's Brock just cleaving through the opposition, and why not?
Almost a prediction there on Zeken's TP. But the damage onto Aspas and Zeken is also enormous.
Softens them up. These angles. NRG just willing to let them all the way in, and Brock, well, I mean, he goes down. Matador looking to see if he can at least play off that sound pressure. He's biding his time for a certain degree, but he is stuck behind his box. Difficult spot, but the light speed will get him out of dodge.
Well, here comes the flank.
Yeah, and here it is, cornered in. Zeken was trying to set that up with a bit of util and expected that it would take that time. And this is NRG again. They're dishing it out straight back at MIBR, not willing to just sit back, get ran over.
It's pretty similar to the previous round, but this time MIBR don't find the ridiculous shots to get themselves into the B site. Of course, helps that Brock did crazy damage early on off the back of the saturate. So close to getting the prediction onto Zeken. But I think MIBR have got to be aware of the fact that if they 5-person default over towards B, there's going to be a...
But he did this before, when the B hit came in about 2 rounds ago. They had a 3-player stack in mid. So they're going straight back to it, anticipating that MIBR are going to go for the mid take.
Scoop is going to pit as well. Different defensive Viper wall.
Here it is. They hit a double dash. They see the flash going overhead. Now that's going to be Saturate into the corner. Forces the pullback. Recalling all the way to the rest of the pack now, but straight into the Viper's pit. Scuba has been pressed out of it. Respecting the drone, his pit will be dropped. Ethan, he's collected a kill onto Mazzino. That was just bottom section of mid here. And a big group up from MIBR once more. Similar situation. They're going to try and use this wall to get up and out, but this is a trap laying in wait. Conversion pass is primed. Waiting for the right signal to go. The drone. They don't want to go off that. Potentially waiting for the smokes to dissipate, but he just takes the timing now. Tex is definitely caught between a rock and a hard place, but he's found himself a slight pocket to play in. This wall is causing so many issues right now. They can't get past it, but as it drops, NRG trying to fight them. Just a 1-for-1. Tex is still isolated in a spot like this. 45 seconds left.
MIBR have done the same thing again, where they all group up on one side of the map, and there's really no opportunity to leave.
Deep down into the corner, but it's not getting the most value because there's a stack of NRG players waiting.
30 seconds left.
Entrenched right now onto the A site. Kiko holding down that Link Avenue, but that's a shock and a molly. Missed time, but the snake bite does the job regardless. Enough damage done in the end. Side open, off angle for Madet. Spotted out though just from the jiggles, and this has to be again firepower, brute force. That's how you pave away the victory. And Aspas slowly encroaching. We'll deny the ace, but a round they'll take.
It's very similar to a couple of rounds ago where MIBR find themselves boxed in and yet still persevere, cracking the defensive setups of NRG. Everybody knew that MIBR was scattered in this area. The follow-up on the way is not great, to be honest with you. Mada's had a couple of those where it doesn't seem to be getting much value.
Let's go.
But
Let's go. Come on.
Well, the timing was a bit off.
yeah,
There was a smoke in their face with the Omen smoke.
they couldn't follow up
And then there was enough fuel in the tank to just put the wall up. And just waited all the way out.
Tex with a 4K, doubles his kills and takes MIBR up to 6. This is an astonishingly good attack side into NRG on Corrode.
A lot of util, a lot of pressure. It's flashes exchanged on either side. Bit of a handshake, and Aspas is raring to go. Still that operator. Hyper aggro destroyed. Needs to be broken. He'll just do it himself, actually. Gets the tag onto Zeken and peels and pushes them back for now. Double dash matter as well, rejoining the pack. NRG. Signature play at this point for them. They want to go for these high-low positions, taking fights together.
Aspas is so alone out here on elbow with his arm. They're just leaving him.
Content to see what he can find himself. Full contacting around the map. Not too much into the way of sound cues, about 40 seconds remaining.
Ethan should have his knife back online soon, I think.
Yeah, soon enough. Gotta imagine.
Oh no, 20 seconds actually. He used it late in the round.
So left in the dark, left in the unknown. Knives are going to be flying overhead here. Aspas is still lurking around towards the back here, but I'm not too sure he's going to be able to find too much in terms of targets. His B side has to be the hit. Surely you can't go back to A. You have 20 seconds.
20 seconds!
20 seconds. Tex is gone down and out. That's a no command emanating, ripped out now. MIBR scrambling, lost in the dark right now. 13 seconds.
Do they even have time?
I don't know. Corroda's a big man. You got to get a move on. You got to sprint now. 7 seconds. You really have to get a go. And that's barely enough time. And mid needs to be held down. Navigating the first danger, but can you get past this? Mazzino puts a stop to it himself.
On for the ace.
Determined for the ace. Determined to book his team's ticket to Santiago himself. Scuba walking and waiting right into his grasp, and he all just has to maintain that composure. Waiting now, Scuba knows it. He can feel it, the pressure's there, the players are surrounding him. MIBR will not let this slip, not in the slightest. Again, no ace, a bit of a repeat of the last round, to be honest.
He's chuckling to himself, Mazzino, happy with the 4K. What a pivot late round from MIBR. Inserting Aspas as the lurking attack op waylay in elbow, and then going back to him with 20 seconds left
I can't
with a
believe
fake
that.
pit. I'm amazed that that worked. Mada had a chance to ruin the round.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine, it's fine, it's whatever, it's whatever.
It's whatever, we got the round.
Mazzino will be happy as long as they win this match. Doesn't matter by hook or by crook.
Deep knife, Mazzino, all the way over towards B, but he's going to be rejoining again this stack of players. MIBR been playing this entirely together. So much space given up to Aspas. He has taken the entirety of the site now. Different approach. They path up towards the left-hand side. No command, that was earned up. That's just from those kills that Mazzino got earlier. These smokes are causing issues. How do you get past this? Because it's tricky.
Mazzino's just bunny hopped through them.
Yeah, he does. No plant down still. Verno's near the back of it. Needs to be escorted straight to the side. These are kills now underhanded. They want to fight them tooth for nail. They really want to draw the blood out of them. The opponent's NRG, they can't withstand it.
Every flash, perfection. Mazzino and Second combined together, and MIBR are wiping the floor with NRG. They've only lost a single time on this map. But I think MIBR are poised to give them a second.
This is an unbelievable attack side round, and Scuba's already given it up.
Yeah, I mean,
Final round and a half. Listen, he's just going to be playing back.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
This is done.
Time ticking. Got to play to your ounce, but it doesn't seem like he wants to.
No, he is simply wasting time here.
Okay, sure.
MIBR getting up to an 8-4 half on the attack side. With great individual performances, good calling, ways of navigating, even when NRG had the stacks in the right places. The pressure is massively on the defending world champions on a map that should be their best.
It's just ridiculous. 8-4. There's pure aggression again that just leads the way. MIBR to get put into an uncomfortable spot. They are so willing to lean into the fighting aspect.
This is a different team to what we've seen
Guys,
recently.
if I kill him there, I get ult for next round.
Yeah, into the pistol. That's what Scuba was doing, trying to save the gun for the next, apparently. But yeah, we'll see. Next half coming up, MIBR shoulders to see if they can push back. Can they find a way through?
A quarter of NRG's rounds have come from Mada acing. That's not a stat that you really want. And you're right, pressure is massively on NRG. If they do go quickly here, though, Tex is all alone.
Yeah.
Snakebite's going to hold people off for a while, though.
Always hell to try and get them all the way in. Mada's going to go into a different direction of it. Absorbing up one side of it. The Snakebite does slow them down for an instance. MIBR happy to, again, get that flank going all the way through mid, clear it all the way out, but that's a punish onto Kiko. Deep TP up onto Heaven. Tex is not alone here. Mazzino's waiting into the sideline. This is a spike in the hands of Ethan, by the way. They want to fight and try and flip this one all the way around. They want kills before they feel comfortable, but now the spike is dropped down in the middle of nowhere. This is ridiculous. Brock is the one who has to see if he can find a way through. And with shots like that, he might have just done it. Spike reclaimed, but a danger. They haven't skirted it just yet. The shots just barely missing. Walls up, curtain in your face, lining up. MIBR are sharpshooters themselves.
NRG are lost in the sauce right now.
What is happening?
That's a B pistol round that they haven't shown as far as I can remember with the wall set up like that. But Kiko's TPing straight into an opponent. Maybe they thought they could control the heaven angle with somebody. But very easy kill for Tex to be able to get. And this push all the way deep. Again, just walking into Mazzino's flashes. Mazzino's flashes on the KO have been finding insane value.
Yeah, let's go. You like them?
Bonka not happy. And of course, because this is the map where you're supposed to be significantly better than your opponent.
Expectations have been turned on their heads here. Run it again. Different wall, different approach, but the same general idea. A lot of players tagged up here. Don't be scared. Mad has dashed into that smoke now, has the Bucky in hand, so he's willing to slam the door shut in their face. The plant will go down without any sort of pushback. MIBR just gathering bodies and players into position, underhanded with a flash. Hands over the gun. Damage done.
This time, plant committed, at least.
Yeah, but a reveal's big. And shot straight through. It's pinpoint accuracy. Hunting out the remaining stragglers, and Tex will go down, but listen, the rest of them fully surviving, fully healthy here. MIBR leading it forwards now. That's the 10th round that they've got.
It's an easy cleanup. It really is. A 6-round lead. And NRG are going to need an instant response. The bonus is decent. Aspas with an outlaw. You're forced to buy full armor. Can't do any of that scrimping and saving that NRG usually like to do. What's the game plan here that Ethan's going to call?
NRG needs something. They need anything right now.
Deep breath.
Spread out. Might look to take some mid-control by the looks of it. Player positions. Might speed into the corner here. Verno doesn't want to open himself too hard in terms of the angle. It's a flash and a dart. Forces Matter to respect all that util. Pulls back Verno though.
Yeah, he's so deep.
He does not have respect on his mind.
No, I mean, with the recon and the 0 point, you know that you're going to drive Matter out of that situation. Great bait as well.
Yeah, unbroken.
Do they think about anybody being
should.
pushed up? When they see Aspas, though,
Oh
when
my
Aspas sees them,
God, okay.
Matter had barely got a glimpse, and suddenly Outlaw straight between the eyes.
Yeah, we're barely getting a chance to finish our sentences.
And Verno still undetected in the midst of all of that. And if you thought anyone was pushed up, surely you would think it would be Aspas.
Yeah, not your Sova player. Caution to the window. That's how I describe MIBR playing this one. They'd lay it down, and this is them trying to at least get a bit of a move on. Ethan anticipating this angle. Still Mazzino's there. Inserting himself into the conversation. Announcing himself over towards the B side. That's a spike. Drop down. Kiko walking, looking for extra opportunities to even it out into a 2v2, but he's not finding anyone.
Left.
Rejoining his teammate, though, Scuba back in it. Might be able to collect that kill. It's an easy one. Zekken, attention drawn to a different direction. But Mazzino and Aspas have rifles, and these are 1v1s potentially offered up. Kiko is dropped. Now Scuba's being pressed from 2 directions. Pinched. An expectation potentially. The crosshair placement could be good for this, but Aspas woke up on the right side of bed today.
Yeah. Has he changed his routine? Has he eaten something different for breakfast?
It's just ridiculous. What a turnaround.
It really is. But it's also back to normal to some degree, right? Like, it's not anything unusual. What's been unusual is his recent performances. That shot, beautiful. Yeah. Mazzino and Aspas combining together on this map, though, to tear apart NRG. This scoreline is going to be utterly dominant.
It's unbelievable.
They're 11-4 up.
Genuinely in shock at this. Because MIBR, you've got to think about it from their perspective. They play a
core players that they maintained in the offseason. But every time NRG have persevered, except for once, and now, apparently, except for this game too.
Yeah. The pressure is on. Never been higher here. One more spot to Santiago up for grabs. MIBR looking to see if they can really dish this one. Oh, but Matter straight in there. There's a force buy from them as well. All in investment from NRG on the backside of this timeout.
And most of the guns are shockingly poor, but Matter still makes it work with 8 HP to his name.
Nades rebounding here, longer to saturate. This is fast util. MIBR trying to make them mightily uncomfortable. No element where they can sit safe and pretty inside that post plant, even just denied a plant. That is a spike out in the open. 4v4.
Kiko needs to activate over towards elbow, I think, but
Toxins going
his
up.
KD is so low. I don't know if he has the confidence. It's on the rest of the squad.
Oh,
And they get melted.
and they just absolutely slam the door in their face. MIBR, they follow the sound cues. They have the confidence and they have that desire to close out this map. If you told me that MIBR would be leading potentially 2-0 early on in this best of 5 lower bracket grand finals,
Yeah, I'd be shocked.
I wouldn't believe you.
We saw RRQ over in Pacific. They tumbled from the upper bracket. Arguably the favorites in their upper bracket game, though, hard to say. But then got 3-0'd in the middle. Pretty similar to MIBR. And crashed out in the lowers.
Yeah.
Here, MIBR with this veteran core, huge amounts of experience. They should have been up to the task, and it looks like they are capable of it.
Massive, massive credit. Resilience is on display. Inside the smoke, Aspas looking like he wants to try and take that fight. Hold on, that's a game of timings. Kiko trying to put a fully blinded up, but you weren't expecting that, were you? Aspas shorty out, running down the opponents, but the A site is weak.
Oh, look how proactive they are as well, just immediately pulling around to the other side.
Just second home. There's going to be reinforcements arriving. Convergent paths, lay it down. That's a kill claimed. So ready to jump on the chance. Any moment. Scoop with that Guardian. Layering down the bullets, brought it to a 3v3. This is pure survival for NRG. Barely hanging on.
They're unaware of Tex behind them, but they might have found a gap here where they can retreat back through mid, and Tex will be flanking a non-existent push. Tex might figure it out at some point, though, when he realizes there is nobody in yard. But still, even if NRG are able to find an empty B site and get a perfect post plant going, they need 8 rounds in a row.
It's such a struggle. Uphill battle.
This round felt very fast and
30
loose
seconds left.
from both teams.
Shutting them down.
I'd say that's been most of the game, to be honest.
I think it's been working for MIBR.
Yeah.
Planted.
The higher levels of aggression and not worrying too much about making mistakes is really working for them.
Well, catching a flank potentially. Guns need to be out. Tex is right out into the open. Brock,
Feeling area. My
the weapon
ult is
for
ready.
it. 1 player down, 2 more to go. Playing back, he's got his ult online. He's got a lot of ways to win this. Zekin with a deep TP.
But he uses the smoke there, doesn't have it to cover the spike.
Yeah. Bit of a one-way on themselves, to be honest, at this point as well. It's going to be very difficult to try and get around. And yeah, he's left wondering exactly where it's even planted for. Ethan holding it forward, so NRG still active, still alive in this map.
That damage is good. Aspas has got huge amounts of wealth to be able to work with. NRG have got scraps. And like we said, they need 8 rounds in a row, now 7. The streaks have all been going the way of NRG. Definitely thought when we started this map that this was going to be a bounce back and a response from the defending world champions, and they have been absent. They've been getting manhandled, in fact.
Yeah,
I mean, look at that. Frustration in, I think, for Ethan as well. Every idea that he's had is not working.
1 round at a time is what NRG are going to be telling themselves here. And they've got plenty of ults to see if they can at least pave a path forwards to success. That's a big reveal, big damage. And Verno, despite how uncomfortable it was an ult being layered down on top of him. He still wins that fight out. Double dash over and seconds played in. Scuba is no more. 2 players sent straight back to that spectator seat. And now they have to watch in dismay as a map that should be home territory is getting taken away.
Flashbang.
20 kills in 18 rounds from Mazino.
It's not playing. Not messing around. Ethan will look to see if he can power his way through this one, though. Him and Brock side by side. Flash. Rebound. Nade for a nade. It's all just slowing it down. Enough time board for MIBR to get players in position. And MIBR know to play to the outs. They're not going to give any free kills. Waiting. Biding their time. Plan is down, though.
Ethan not using his as a response there.
Mazino using his early. DTP. It's information gathered, at least, that you know that 1 player is there. For NRG, they need heroics, they need individuals to be popping to survive in a map like this. First kill, second kill claimed, and 2 left to stand against it, but there's that damage done. Verno as weak as anything. Snake bites flying forwards, bullets rattling, takes blade in, 1v1, Ethan can't get it done! MIBR are walking on water at this point, and they steal away that home territory map at Corrode and lead our lower bracket grand finals by 2.
What a shot is back. And I think that poses a very large problem for NRG. They're going to need to get out to a great beginning here early on and prove that their defense side can actually work. This is the side that NRG have been dominant on.
MIBR, similar game plans to Corrode, really. Keep it simple. 5-player stack over towards the A side, looking to see if they can take slowly that ramp control. They drop the curtain just in case there was a player waiting. Out into the open, it's going to be a side take now. Players dropping down. Mada is trying to at least insert himself into that anchor position, but he needs some help in the bailout. The flash is excellent. Players are blinded up. And Mada and Ethan happy to jump on the chance to at least get some kills into their name here. Aspas and Verno now left alone in this spot. Mistakes really opened up for themselves. A salvo, a lot of damage done here. Aspas is weak as anything, and players rapidly approaching. This is NRG putting pace back into the game, taking back control as well. There's only so much that Verno can do in a spot like that. NRG with a pistol round win.
It's a nice one too. Mada drops into the site with a refract that he can get back into heaven. Throws out the hinder, looking to take the scrap, and Ethan flashes out through the smoke. They're bringing the fight to MIBR.
Yeah.
And they actually said, it was funny to listen to them actually. NRG, when we were talking about this matchup at the beginning of the day, said, we're looking to make it scrappy. We're looking to try to take the fight to them, make it scrappy, get in their face, and we think we can win. I haven't really seen that from NRG across the first 2 maps. It's been all MIBR, the ones with their foot on the gas pedal, pressing further and deeper and fighting. Maybe NRG are starting to get back onto that page. Hello, hello. Is this a force buy for MIBR?
This is ridiculous. I need joking.
All right.
Like it, okay.
4 stingers. Mazzino with a baby stinger. He's got the frenzy. Are NRG ready for this one?
Looking to see if they can run them down.
NRG have been full buying in these kind of rounds. Not saving any credits.
They themselves. Judges could be dangerous, but MIBR not going to be heading in that direction. The salvos used preemptively. Haunt into the back. DTP with that gate crash. Util out. Oh, what?
I mean, he knew the second was there. The punish, the idea is good from Kiko. Just got to land it.
Yeah, you do just have to land those shots. Still, NRG are ready. The guns trained on that choke point. Zekin's the one who has to try and create that distraction, but hindered as well. There's plenty more util. Just lay it out one after the other. NRG is slowing down his approach, but again, the stingers are just catching them so damn unaware. With the frenzy from long range, Mazzino doing filthy things.
And Mazzino hasn't committed with the spike. They can always back out.
Oh, dear.
Tex is going to hit the backstab from heaven.
Yeah, and Mada's only got the bucky.
Aspas is the bait.
It's a fight to take together. Aspas is the bait, and meanwhile, the trap already being sprung in front of them. MIBR answer back immediately.
That is a blow for NRG. It reminds you a little of Corrode, where NRG won the pistol and the bonus. And then suddenly MIBR stole it back away. The Thrifty made so much difference. These players are quite separated from each other. Ethan, I think throughout the last few matches that NRG have played has been pretty far ahead of the pack. I'd like to see Ethan chill a little bit and make sure he's connected with a teammate. They're forcing back.
Okay. NRG. It's a battle between 2 teams. Again, the expectations are high for both of them. Kiko has a shot gone wide.
I don't know how that missed. He must have been moving, I think.
A little bit of inaccuracy there, but Aspas unscathed. But you can see how much both of these teams want to take control of the pace themselves.
Well, it's full armor on everybody from MIBR, so they're not worried about the Outlaw too much, but it does tell them that NRG have forced here, which is weird.
Scout.
Ethan's got a Bucky with no armor on the A site.
These teams are being pushed into odd decision makings, I think. But lower bracket elimination. Grand finals will do that to you, especially for the last slot at Santiago.
They said they wanted to get scrappy. This is how you get scrappy.
It's the definition of it. Players are left in wait here. NRG have anchored positions. Ethan Might not have armor to his name, but that Bucky can be potent, and we'll see what he can do with it right now. So, ton of flashes now sent flying forwards over towards that A side. He wants to try and lock down control of it, Matter. Barely adjusting the aim. Ethan's there still. A thorn in their side into that elbow control, and there's damage done. Verno just steps up anyway. Cleans it up. Classic now. This guy's just swapping around and playing gun game at this point, but it's a 2v3. NRG left reeling. Brock's already into the site, but he's alone. One man to stand against this one. He's doing a significant amount of damage, but there's a shotgun waiting on the other side of things, and he's making the most of it. He's doing the best he possibly can. Brock! Somehow, second, 10 HP, and barely delivers it to MIBR.
It is scrappy out here. MIBR, though, have finally come out on top. Surely NRG are not going to force again. It just wouldn't make sense with the economy situation.
Yeah, a bit of movement accuracy.
Brock did the best he possibly could in this situation, somehow managing to...
I can't believe he got two.
Yeah, how he quite managed to get Mazzino and Verno, I don't know, but here at the end, a scrap of health between Brock and Zekken. Bonkar is not happy about that. That round could well be everything. You've just invested super heavily to try to get back into the game, and now instead, MIBR are going to be able to get a freebie probably, and then ult snowball against you.
Yeah, the attack side team, these ults generating. Especially with the double duelist, you do not want to get these ults online for MIBR.
Yeah, they're almost certainly going to be online.
Exactly, you've handed it to them.
Aside from MIBR walking into the stacked A site, which NRG can only dream of, it's going to be a nightmare for them. But that's what happens when you gamble in rounds like that.
Yeah.
Verno's just got to navigate that one threat. And if he can, it could be plain sailing for the rest of this half. It's a dream beginning, really, for MIBR.
Yeah. It's been a way of a lot of these maps, really. A lot of these halves that we've seen in this series. Tex is really walking deep behind enemy lines, and he might have just pulled players back over towards A.
Yeah, he might have the wrong read here.
Because he thinks there's no signs of life. Hold on, no one's holding this, but revealed soon enough. Surely, if he sees that one, he's going to move on. The second player, that's going to signal it. Sees three more. Yeah, now get the hell out of there. Back to B, lads.
He has dropped a Phantom into the lap of Brock, but there's no armor, and it's a 3v4 with a safe plant. NRG will certainly try to go for it at least. Brock poking and prodding and seeing what he can get done, but they really, really do not want to charge up Aspas or Zekken's ultimates.
It's the big danger, isn't it?
Yeah, so to some degree, you want to see what the Phantom could do. But also, I mean, as you can see with the positioning, NRG don't really want to commit.
Already one of the worst case scenarios for NRG. The world champs being pressed and pushed into this corner.
You saw it painted onto Bonkar's face.
Yeah, and at this point it's...
This is a salvo into the safe corner of B main that you know the players are going to be in.
Potentially do it. I mean, Aspas has already taken out Scuba. There's a salvo flash round to the corner. That's three players gone down.
Okay, I mean, that is nice from Brock.
You take that, I think, if you're NRG.
Yeah, but at the same time, okay, it's a silver lining to a very nasty storm cloud, because these guys are going to get up to these ults. Aspas is one away from it.
Yeah.
MIBR are already 3-1 in the lead. It's comical out here.
That is.
But it's only Tex that's laughing. No smiles on the NRG side. The damage to the money isn't too bad either.
No. They're able to buy up into this next one, but NRG have got to put a stop to all of this now. Has to be the turning point. Orb control, potential priority when you know that Aspas is one away, and Matter waiting for the fight to come to him up towards ramp there. It's a good, clean shot. Zekken down and out.
That's them reading into the Haunt. Verno throws that Haunt for Zekken to be able to take a ramp control. Matter aware of it.
Reposition, but that's a shot missed. Matter may be kicking himself here. Taking back residency inside this smoke, but very easy to get overran in a position like this. MIBR are so damn eager though. They've taken up all that space towards Mail. Meanwhile, fight happening over towards A. Tex potentially cracked open that entire site. Matter's going to try and put a stop to it. The hinder, lay it down at the feet. It's good enough. Maybe even just gearing up for the second shot to go as well. Barely missed. One more bullet left. Conversion pass. This guy is eager. He's hungry. Potentially overextending. One more bullet left. The rest of his team is with him now, but our Hinder's going to be wasting away now. Not too much of an advantage. Oh, Verno! And he's cold with it. Not much in the way of a reactions, other than just he's bemused, I would say. Possibly confused and
well,
just
baffling on the side. You look at Mada's reaction, he can't believe it. They keep getting themselves in spots like this where Verno get multi-kill spray down rounds.
Frog can't believe it.
Frod's reacting for Verno as well.
Yeah.
He's had so many of those moments actually today, Verno, where he's been challenged by 2 or 3 people and the spacing's been too tight and the phantom spray too perfect. Here's that haunt that got dodged in the previous round and led to Zekken's demise. For all the good it did.
That was an NRG. Like a rabid dog, they were chasing down those kills, weren't they? Punished for it.
Aspas gets the attacking op online. He has the showstopper, so he can hand it off to a teammate at some point and become the entry player. But early on in this round, looking for opening picks.
Doubled up in mail. Smoke up that. Makes it difficult. Scuba is forwards. He's trying to take a timing, I think. Passes smoke. It already risks played for. Zekken is going to be cleaned up there. Threat of that lurk over towards mid. Dealt with. Tex, though, with the wall up. He's ready for that peek on Mada. A lot of damage done.
Tex has been a menace on the lurk.
Grouping up now. Seekers are going to be spelling this one out, but the players of NRG, they're ready for it. Anchoring spots and positions. 35 seconds left. You don't have a lot of backup options.
No, the macro's way better for NRG in this round. MIBR are in a tough spot, but that hasn't stopped them on the previous maps. 20 seconds, full rotate to B. The thing is, they've been winning rounds like this on the other maps.
It's on Kiko's shoulders, isn't it? 18 seconds left. Smokes are going to be laid down and the TP into the back of the site. This spells it out. It's going to be spotting him now. Kiko, who's dead man walking. Rocket!
But there's
gets
no
one for his trouble. No time? Surely not.
They broke Mazzino's ult.
Surely. Nowhere. There's no time. 5, 4. Get out of the way. Aspas has no time at all.
I think he's just body blocked him to lose the round.
It's done. Lost on a macro sense there. NRG. You'd be wiping sweat off your brow from a round like that.
Aspas with a guilty reaction, perhaps.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
Oopsie daisy. All good, though. Yeah, breaking that ultimate. I don't know whether he quite realized. Oh. Yeah.
Can me plant, guys? Move. Oh, you vlog me, bro.
Oh.
They're still in a mood to laugh about it, though, because they're 4-2 up. That's the only round that NRG have won since the pistol.
Deep salvo and a deep push.
Yeah, pushing out the whole of A.
Yeah.
Looking to try to get behind MIBR as they group up for that A hit. And now the pressure's back on Kiko again.
They've missed each other into mid. The dimensional drift is going to clear out most of the B site. Easy taken up here, but how the hell have they missed this timing? That is unbelievable. Flank activating from Scuba. It might be completely unexpected at this point, but that's Aspas. Operator, he's got that one trained. And Verno just walking into their spawn, man. Scuba finally noted. Doesn't get the kill that he needed off onto Zekken, and he's causing a bit of a distraction. Dismay in the MIBR camp. Salvos, what a shot from Tex. I was just trying to play off the rest of that util, and they are determined.
Tex is playing so well.
No more funny business.
He's found every gap over towards A, hitting great shots. And just overall, the game plan from MIBR, so much more aggression than we've seen from them earlier on. They're not content to just sit down in their B post plan. They're pushing further, looking to take the fight into spawn and attacking into Ethan. Finding gaps where these players are not connected. And actually hitting Kiko's site fairly regularly, and he was having a nightmare on Corrode. You look at his KD over the last couple of maps, and Kiko needs to wake up. He needs some big performances to go and book a ticket to Santiago and go and play against his former team.
It's tough playing Astra on split when you're trying to anchor B. You don't have a TP to get out, and you have a ton of things coming your way.
It is, yeah. It's difficult. I mean, he dropped off the site in this situation. Yeah. What a shot to take down Ethan.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
One enemy remaining.
I'm behind you.
They did miss each other there, the Viper players, in that round. MIBR, 3-round lead for them, and they are just sending it once more. Why not? Back to the well.
And back into Kiko.
The B hits have been working.
Toxin screen
Deep hit into
down.
mid, though. There will be more of a response from NRG this time. They have players in position to at least try and put a stop to it. To pull, to try and drop it. Salvas into the corner. Zek and fake clones! And just baits out the shot and gets the kill anyway. Absurd behavior that we're witnessing here, but the Armageddon might just help them out. Either way, NRG clear a bit of a path forwards with Tex being cleaned up too. They're going to be lacking options.
Locating targets.
They're going back into this B site.
Drone is down.
Mazima spotted, and that angle not expected. From a new box, Matter locking down the choke.
NRG are finally being able to stop MIBR once they get them completely boxed in. But you can't give an opportunity for Aspas to get back into this one in a 2v4. NRG have not been struggling too much with the first kill situations. It's been closing out these advantages. And this is what I'm saying. You cannot give MIBR chances to get back in.
35 seconds.
Aspas picks up a rifle, looking to be a bit more
seconds left.
dynamic with it. Oh, is this the Great Pilgrimage East again from MIBR? They're...
Don't really have time for the rotation, do you?
I don't think so, but it hasn't stopped them before.
What about making noise? They're going to walk up to mid and then potentially up to B heaven.
But they can't go A.
Thinking about it. They're going to go A.
They're going to go A.
They're going to be making a lot of sound here. Surely is going to be stopped. Ethan is already in a prime position. There's 8 seconds remaining to try and get themselves in here. Not going for the kill. Just going to let them all the way into the site. That is 4 seconds barely on the clock. So the plan going down, but Heaven needs to be watched for. An angle potentially there, but Broad doesn't take the fight in time. Find out Ethan will win it. Vaspash drops. It's now a 1v3 for Verno. Surely he can't do it again. Yuto flying forwards. It's not planning for him, and it just to be watched. The defuse can be stuck. Safety in numbers. And NRG have it.
They gave a chance to MIBR, but NRG closed the door in their face. Normally, NRG so good at closing out situations where they have a player advantage. They've got a vice grip on those 5v4 rounds. Today, that has not been the case. It does feel like MIBR have been great at getting back into things, always making every round winnable.
Good job, boys. Good composure.
That's what it's going to take, composure. Keeping the mental in check.
Marta's got a judge in this round.
In the right spot for some action here. The Horn, big reveal.
He did this before, defending A. Got the dash out into sight and just landed on the MIBR players as they went for the plant. Here it goes.
Here it is. No way, Verno. How's he finding this? And this is an eager NRG. They want to try and fight this one once more, but that sees connects. The Nightfall on top of it. The nade rebounds. Oh my God, you're pressed into them. And you have no choice. Pick your poison situation. Seconds already in their spawn. This is lightning fast in terms of the fights and approach taken. A lot of damage done, but already taking up camp, and Kiko was aware of it.
One enemy
Tex is
Potentially
behind you
hearing
again.
it. Yeah, that's the issue, isn't it? You clear one obstacle and there's 5 more waiting for you. Tex, if Aspas didn't get it, it's probably in his hands.
All right, if NRG want to try to get scrappy, MIBR are super happy to
Go
get
down
to play
into the
like
mud
that.
today.
Yeah, they completely are. Mata with the judge, jumping over the top. He's still jumping when he takes the shot, though. He's not got his feet planted, so slightly less accurate, slightly less damage. But the follow-up is what's impressive to me from MIBR. Chain things together. Their decision-making is so quick today. And they're happy to go forwards into their opponents. I think quite often across Kickoff, we've seen MIBR try to be the team to pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
The team fight moments and some of the brawls, MIBR have been coming out on top today so consistently.
Here we're looking at it. NRG, again, the money is not too good. Stack of players. Early break of the boombot. They would love for them to walk into B here. Bucky out.
NRG need a round like this, where things go unexpectedly in their direction in order to recover this half. It's not enough to play standard anymore. You need MIBR to make mistakes.
Step 1. Brock is praying that somebody will walk straight into him, and he might get his wish, but no. Rest of the pack now moving over towards A.
They've been fairly happy with these late A finishes. Mada not posted up on a deep angle because he doesn't have the money to be able to buy something useful.
Just with the bucky. He's hoping for it, but again, just walking all the way up. Bit of U-turn now going to be used to clearness. Again, spells it all out here. Mada's going to make a play, make a go for things. It's a good kill to be found. Recalled all the way back. Bit of punish in play, but no kill claimed. So Mada's escaping.
Very safe for a frac location. No push in the post plant as well for MIBR because the weaponry is so much better.
Ramp though, at least with these rifles. That is a miss and a whiff. Saturate hits the frame of the door, rebounds back, and that could have been the key to win potentially that fight. Open sight lines as those smokes fade away. The spray and hail of bullets here is making it very difficult, but NRG looking to see if they can get a bit of a move on. No way! No chance.
Scuba's waiting for them to come back through heaven. They planned for heaven. Surely they're going to fight me up here. And he's wrong. MIBR decided to just push back into sight and help out Verno.
Know where he is now, though.
And they're shredding him.
They are.
MIBR in general navigating these situations so brilliantly today. What a turnaround. And a huge turnaround individually for Aspas too. 13 and 4, top of the scoreboard. He was bottom fragging the last time these two teams faced against each other on split. He's not the whole reason that this is going now dominantly the way of MIBR, but it helps.
Nice job holding it down, Vern. That was beautiful.
Verno's anchoring is so clean today, though. If he's just been holding an angle and NRG push into him, he's good for 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. Guns up in the hands of NRG. First time in a long while here, but here's a showstopper to meet your match. Aspas, much bigger gun at hand, and now he's going to be looking to send this one forwards. Good catch on the Tex. Fuse dissipating, and the rocket will go flying. It does get them full sight control, but MIBR have not been content to just sit back in the post plan.
No, here comes Zekken. He's pushing that heaven smoke.
One step further forwards here. Cosmic Divide is trying to get this up. What? Zekken!
He's gotten away with murder!
It's unethical! He can't be getting away with this, and NRG, they're sending it forwards again, blitzing pace once more, but Zekken, he can't be denied, he can't be stopped! It's 4 kills! Possibility of an ace, and Mada's gonna make a play for it.
He's in a 1v3. It could be possible.
They give him a chance to make it happen.
He's flanked all the way around through B main. He was quick on it, and they didn't hear him because of the Cosmic Divide.
Mada has made the right moves, like you said. They were fast enough. Cosmic Divide hiding his intent. But he's not being handed any 1v1s, any free kills. It's passive positions going, exploring. Zekken! Gun down! Mada going for more. He's trying to find his players' anticipation at the peak. But it's Mazzino who has his teammates back.
I cannot believe what MIBR are getting away with today. The fact that they go for the aggression in the post plan, they've been doing it every round, but NRG don't expect the manner in which they go for it. Look at this! Catching a timing on both players. Util fully in the hands of Ethan, and utilizing the Cosmic Divide to be able to get up into heaven unexpectedly. Absolutely nuts.
Yes, sir.
They are running them down. The reigning world champions.
It's dominance.
0 breathing room. The control of the game has been entirely MIBR's. Similar play here. When MIBR did this last time, they were going into a bit of a B split, so they're trying to feign and condition, but B-main control is theirs. NRG know that this is going to be going over towards A. The anchor players now have the onus placed onto them. Ethan is going to do a lot from this spot. Back against the wall again. He has teammates at his back. Scuba, let's see if he can land these shots, at least with the trade, but Texas instantly on that line. Forwards again, Aspas!
How is he doing it?
How did they get away with it? I said it before, but they are walking on water, and the satchels to save your life. Mada is trying to run at them. Anything he can do, but it is denied to the bitter end. 9-3 on this harvest split. MIBR on a warpath.
They're wiping away NRG with the same level of dominance that MIBR themselves lost to yesterday. The turnaround is unbelievable. Everything is working. Doesn't matter what they throw out there, how individual it is as well. I mean, Aspas just walks into screens.
Let's go, boys. Come on, bro.
You're right. They're walking on water.
They really are. This is a team that feels preordained to book that ticket to San Diego, to be that last team, but we'll find out on the other side of this.
trophy lifting form. Only one of these two teams looks like they could go to Santiago and have a chance at winning a Masters. NRG would have to turn it around insanely.
And how do you manage to do that? Barely any time to even comprehend what's happening. Zekken forwards, the approach again. Sees, connects. Locking down two of the players of NRG, forcing the issue perhaps here, but they still want to go fast and loose out towards this one with the shorties. Good adjustment on the second shot. Matter barely getting a handle on it. Verno will be dropped. It's an important kill. Plant down as well. Not for Heaven, but for main.
Huge flank from Scuba. You just got a flash of him there in B Heaven.
Might be able to get the backstab online again. A critical win con for them.
The push is coming down ramp.
Yes, Mazina's not ready for this one. Reveals it early. Denies that chance. Main control. Lockdown. Brock. Whole team, in fact, activating across the board here. Aspas. Caught. Position noted. Players watching for him. And time ticking away. It's a pistol round here for NRG. It's the first round. It needed to go right for them here in the second half. They're going to see if they can carry this momentum forwards.
They won the opening pistol to start the map, and MIBR ripped it out of their hands instantly with a force buy. I don't think MIBR are going to be in a position to do that again here without the plant money. Without really any kill money either. So NRG should have a chance.
We got some nice-ass pistols today, huh?
Yeah, they have. They've won 4 out of 6 of the pistols that have been played. Hasn't helped. Obviously, as I said, to open up on split, it's not exactly as simple as it sounds.
No, but still, it's exactly what they needed to try and boost them.
Aspas is forcing here full armor and a Bucky.
It's intriguing.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, they have been doing this quite a lot where they force like a single weapon, whether it be an Outlaw or a Bucky, something like that. And then Verno tends to take a Sheriff in the next round when it fails.
Not a heavy stack like NRG were approaching on their ecos, but following the sound cues here, MIBR have got a bit of a read. Curtain's going to be dropped here. Sees and a nade. It's a bit of a miss, though. Anticipating that the action was going to be coming through main, and NRG might look towards that direction regardless. Grouped up. Kiko, though, has got a lot of space over towards B.
Yeah, he's been allowed to activate, and he's going to be calling the rest of the troops back in his direction. He just needs to secure this space. Fact-finding mission has been a success, but he doesn't want to overextend and give his life before the rest of the team arrives. And Mazzino might go exploring at some point, holding a pretty safe position right now up at B stairs.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left. He's going to hear that flash, and he's going to see the salvo, so that should spell out quite a lot of it. The rest of MIBR are going to be joining, but Mazzino's gone down early enough. For NRG, this is good signs of life. This needs to be clean.
Every round needs to be clean at this point.
Yeah.
Reverse sweeps are difficult enough in best of 5s without putting yourself in a 9-3 hole on the crucially important third map.
Scuba, it's going to be precise there with the aim. Verno is going to drop him. Commit to the reload here, bit of damage, but again, NRG not carrying too much in terms of weaponry into this one. As Kiko is going exploring because he's only got the pistol. Rule 4, as long as Brock and Ethan stay alive with those guns in their hands, it should be okay. Barely spotting Zekken, double dashing around. See where the last few players are. Again, like I said, it's Ethan and Brock, the important players in this round here. Keep the rifles active into the next, so NRG are going to be able to get relatively strong bonus round.
And it's actually going to be MIBR who are struggling a bit with the economy. I haven't been a huge fan of the way that they've been approaching rounds like this. I don't think a single force buy of Armor Bucky is likely to affect your chances too heavy in these rounds. But presumably they've run the numbers.
Nope. Sure, we'll pick it up later. He's got more things to worry about right now.
He really does. Sign of the mental state, though, I think. Just the body language.
Yeah.
Tex has got a Bucky here. Might try to work his way up vent and see if he can put pressure on Matter, who's already found an opener.
That is fast. Aspas wasn't quite ready for that one.
Star player shut down, 7th death.
It was wide out into the open.
Push on the other side. Zekken using all of this ramp pressure to go and try to take some
space.
space.
Kiko was ready.
Yeah, great shutdown.
Holding for all of this now. This is NRG sharp shooting. Tex, why not? Your turn next, and he will fall regardless. The trade, perfect there. 4 players alive.
And this is where you see NRG cleanly execute their 5v4s. It has been a huge strength of theirs across the tournament. When they get a pick, they punish your attempt to make some kind of counterplay, and that, I think, is a perfect example. The issue is it just hasn't been working for them across the series as well as it did right there. They're going to knock down the economy of MIBR. That was a bonus round for NRG. They came into it with, I think you could argue, even better weaponry than their opponents.
They managed their money really well.
And Mada now gets a chance to go crazy with the Outlaw. You can't buy too much as the defenders.
It's looking more and more doable, though. NRG, they should be up to 7 here, and only a 2-round difference, considering the dire start to split. You take that.
Absolutely. Very likely that Mada gets up to an ult in this round.
Drone, but walking up ahead of this one. Scuba.
Legs spotted.
Yeah, spotting it out. There's a salvo, and that's going to push Tex into a really uncomfortable spot here into the corner. Oh! What is that, Mada? Snap back. That was lightning fast.
I have the spike.
And even time to just min-max and think about the ults. Mada will probably want to give that to somebody else.
You'd expect so.
Yeah,
It's going over to Scuba.
1 away.
This gives you a very clear win condition in your next round.
Aspas is in there. He's got a gun back still with that rifle. And Mazzino trying to make do with whatever the hell he can. So NRG, 4 players back. Ults are online. They've been generated. And the economy is looking good.
Looking in their best position out of maybe any of the maps that we've seen them play today to start some kind of recovery. The snowball here is pretty obvious. They've got a big initiation ultimate, and then they've got one to close out. Tag time not being taken here for MIBR. You got to taking it over towards a ramp. He's going to have a Viper wall in his face unless he gets on a deep line with a Prowler. And then when he gets on a deep line with a Prowler, MIBR can start stacking players over towards B.
It, though, seemingly the goal.
On the other hand, NRG's game plan might be to try to find out where Tex is and then ult him.
See how this goes. Flash is going a little bit wide. Tex is spotted out, though, and there it is. Sending it forward. Ethan is so far ahead of the pack there. Unorthodox, really. Unprecedented. It's not what you expect from him. Still to clean up. Trades Kiko. Coming alive in the final few moments here. Split.
What a turret. That's what you expect from the guy that they've picked up here. Added him in for his firepower. Creates a 3v2.
Retaking with the op. Never ideal.
Oh, they're worried about Mazzino, but he's coming up behind them.
They've taken time. He's so fast here. So fast indeed. Players out and wide into the open, and a shot goes wide at that. Aspas knows roughly where one player is. The smoke has to be popped, and Kiko immediately repositioning.
I think this is a save on the op.
It has to be, right?
I don't know. He could certainly try to go for it.
MIBR have been throwing caution to the wind, believing in their own individuality. Especially on split.
If Aspas doesn't get given any free kills, though, he may well just play cautiously and go to save the op.
Yeah, picked it up.
And NRG give him nothing.
It's immediately heard by Kiko. He's running. Look at him. All the way through spawn.
Yeah. They want this op out of Aspas's hands.
Yep.
It just simplifies the game plan so much when you know that the defenders can't have that. Kiko's going to be meeting him early. Does Aspas anticipate it on this timing?
Apparently so. Scoped up, and wow, okay. Hits it. Look, he wasn't entirely aware, but
yeah.
It's a nice play by Kiko. He just immediately made the decision to rotate there, but he still gets punished for it.
Well, he's the person that really wins the round for NRG.
That's true.
The game plan was good. They find out where Tex is playing, and Waylay ult him. Ethan, as you pointed out, is way ahead of things. Charging through a snake bite. And it does require Kiko to hit 2 beautiful shots here, just holding this angle to recover it for NRG.
With that.
How does that miss? It's gone through his pocket.
That's crazy. Cosmic Divide was earned up, though, from all of that, especially the death that Kiko got, so big ult to use for NRG.
Zeken's actually the one with the operator. It's passed hands and gone over to A.
That makes more sense, I think. Second can play a lot more aggressive with it on that A line with the Viper wall that they're using.
And I think Aspas is more useful at being able to help Tex in mid or help over towards B with his nade.
Here's the Cosmic Divide. Mazzino, that's a massive amount of pressure. He's still holding it down towards Pillar. He needs that nade. But again, the Salvo still gets one and plays Tex in, but the trade's intact again. Verno trying to play it forwards. Left up to Zekken. NRG, discipline reigning through. This is what got them through and got them a title win and a championship one at that. Second though, trying to make a play forwards. Hunting for information. The wall fades away. Has to try and ISO these fights. Has util to do so. Clone charging ahead. Flash round the corner. Shots fired into the back. But again, a lot of players to account for. Running and gunning. 1v1. And Kiko has been astounding in his final few rounds. There's a pull already out. Zekken going to be vulnerable up here. Another tap. He's guessing where Kiko could be. Running around. Zekken plays it beautifully.
Immaculate in the clutch. Completely outplays Kiko there. What a way to win a round out for them. And he's had some monster moments here on Split Zekken. Running down Brock again. Reminiscent of his push up into B Heaven on their attack side. Look at this.
Yeah.
A small stutter step in the middle, but hard pressed to say that that isn't just a phantom moment. Ooh. Tension even with the win.
Yeah, that was the first round I got in this half. That's what it took. It's going to be laid down here nice and early. Locks up a decent chunk of the map here for MIBR. It's going to simplify the defensive game plan.
Zekken inside the pit, looking to try to punish if anyone was playing here early on. Ethan does have the Seekers, so they are going to have to be a bit more diligent inside this pit than they usually would be. Portal, the gate crash broken really early there.
Blazer. Aspas was opping onto this line, but very passively at that. He throws out the nade. Has pushed him off the line. Mado with the attack side up of his own. Hoping for the jiggle, and it's just spotted out. Mazzino usually lets the paranoia fly forwards here. One-way smoke. Fake it a TP. NRG is still working out the quirks of the round, I think. Wondering where they want to go, but they've picked correctly.
Scuba is a lot less active on his A-lurk compared to Tex, but I think he's got to be worried about the operator over here, along with the Prowler utility that Verno's been pumping out.
Dangerous though, holding this line as Seekers in your face. There's going to be more util where that came from. The salvos, pick and choose how you exactly want to play this one. Fully onto the retake for A. It's a dire situation, especially with that pit that's now going to be dropped into screen, stretching all the way through. Big reveal there from the drone. The salvo, second layer of it, an attempt at a kill. Saturate, down, now to Nightfall. Fast going, an attempt at least by MIBR. NRG are locking down the extremities.
Zekken though, TP'd into A.
Trying to hold down that heaven control. Zekken has been that thorn in their side consistently at that, but he needs a few more kills while he's added. Him and Verno, they combine their might to tap onto the plant, forcing out that pull, but his fights taken up towards heaven are essential now. Brock just peeking, barely at that. Stuns there, up on top of the angle. Brock seals it up. And there was danger lurking in a round like that, but NRG now just trailing by one.
They've been very solid on these attack side hits. Every round apart from one converted for NRG. Zekken got himself into a really weird spot here, TPing into the site and being able to take down two, but it's Brock who does such a phenomenal job. Every single kill is insane value from Brock there. Holding on to heaven for the plant. Absolutely critical. And MIBR coming into this one with only classics. A Bucky in the hand of Aspas. And that could make it interesting too if there are a couple of early mistakes from NRG.
But so far they have not been in the habit of making mistakes. Not on this half. Xena spotted.
You don't want to give him that again.
Again, he's going to be pressed hard in a spot like this. Mada! Dodging and juking. And holding it down for the rest of his team to get online and get in to the B site. Already feeling comfortable into the round. They are min-maxing these ultimates, trying to get that plant down. Ethan, plant prioritized onto him.
Used Seekers in the previous round, already halfway up to the next.
Yeah. NRG have made the most of this good beginning on this half of splits. Barely missing the mark.
It does feel like some of the magic that was powering MIBR earlier on in this series is starting to fade away a little.
It's going missing.
This next rifle round, I think, is going to be really important. Gives another opportunity to crush MIBR's economy. But more importantly, it's a massive clash of ults. Mada and Brock with two critical space-taking ults. But you've got to navigate around Aspas. And the op, which MIBR are going to have money for again.
He's doing a good job of it, though, to be honest. Default attack side Viper Ward he's been throwing. He's been doing a lot to shove him off that angle. Aspas, when he's on the raise, he can't play as aggro as Zekken could, for example. So
NRG have also been going late into A, where Zekken's gate crashes would have expired. Close range shots from Mada.
Good job, boys. Good job.
and they have a very clear game plan that's working out for them.
Well, you know that MIBR have got the money for the operator. Do you want to rip something quickly? There's always a worry when you play against a Yoru comp that Zekken will just be reinforcing the site. You'll always be going into a stacked site. But it's nice to mix up the tempo sometimes.
Definitely is. Flash connects. You know there's some acknowledgement there. Armageddon! You can't get out. You have to choose, and you're going to be going down regardless. The carpet bomb claims a life. Potentially a bit of hard auntie, knowing the way that Tex likes to play.
Yeah, it's really lovely. And even getting the confirmation off Ethan's flash. Both times now that they've had big ultimates, Tex has been the target.
Pressure really on Mazzino here. He has to hold this all the way back, single-handedly.
Now it's just about closing out the 5v4. Something, again, that NRG have been so good at, generally speaking. But today, MIBR have been able to find those important individual moments to turn these rounds.
That is a hell of a call to make from Verno. He hid the double jump into vents, and he's calling their bluff. He's heading to B.
It is really common to go and clear vent and still end on B.
Yeah.
But I think you just have to gamble and just trust Aspas. With the form he's in and the fact he has a showstopper, leave A to him.
Drone spots it. Zekken is ISO'd there, and he's suppressed on top of it. He can't get out of this spot. His ult's committed, no scope! Somehow finds at least the one win con for it, but NRG are happy to clean up the rest.
It's a crazy moment that could have potentially tipped the scales. But NRG's ult usage here was sublime.
Yeah, and Yuto usage on top of it. Stealth drone. Perfect target to tag onto. Zekken. Soon as the drone isn't broken, he can't TP out.
This is exactly how NRG drafted up this attack side.
They're leading. The other side of this one, Aspas will get his time to shine, but eventually shut down there. NRG taking the lead. 11th round found for them here on Split.
And the economy's in a shambolic state. MIBR will be able to get weapons on a few of their players, but I think there's an argument here for trying to play for OT. Look at this punish.
Yeah.
And think about the way that the Waylay ult was used previously, with Tex being spotted over towards B Heaven and then Util dumped onto. They've got such good game plans and varied game plans.
Okay.
Nice, boys. Good hunts.
You're right. Ton of variations. Yeah, now
look at the money though, Brent. Look at the credits that they're working with. So Aspas and Verno right now with rifles in hand, but Zekken, Tex, and Mazzino, what would they even be buying? Like light armor Bulldog or something?
Yeah, Guardian maybe.
Yeah, it would be
real tough.
It would be a bad buy if they went for it.
Oh,
it looks like they are going for it though. Zekken picks up a Juddies to go and push them and disrupt what NRG's game plans.
The op slowed them down a lot, to be honest.
Yeah. I have been thinking throughout Kickoff that the op has sometimes been a detriment for MIBR.
We'll see here. Aspas from both forwards. That is a shot fired off. They know that has got another attack side op. Okay. An instinctual play by Aspas. Expecting there to be a follow-up on that response.
Ethan's picked up the operator.
There's a plan on that. Tex. That's the acknowledgement. Backs himself out. Moving away to A. Second guessing perhaps themselves and wondering what they want to do in a spot like this. Ethan, whole time just holding on to some passive level of B main control. But if they go into B, that's where Aspas is with that showstopper.
And they know that he was here. Whether he stayed here is a different question.
TP. It's broken. It's all for information for Mazzino.
At least a few players seen, maybe all three.
Might go back to A. Order space. Absorb straight up. That operator exchanging hands. Kiko makes good usage of it. Drone broken, and now
they see Aspas. They know the showstopper's there. Scuba with a perfect lurk into A. Tex, though, could be a misery maker in this round.
Wait a minute. He's only got the judge, but he's got to do a lot from this spot. And Scuba cleans it up.
What a back clear.
Incredible level of awareness here. Scuba, the playmaker in a round like this, and this is desperation. The judge can only do so much. Aspas again left in a 1v3. He needs kills, but his head's already taken clean off. 12 rounds for NRG. One more. That's all they need.
That is stress there.
Yeah.
If Aspas had ripped his ult...
Oh, they were all grouped up.
There was 8 seconds left as well. If he goes and gets the person planting, unless he dies while doing it... I mean, there was so much danger in that round. But NRG managed to navigate it, and it's going to be bad buy after bad buy now for MIBR.
Nice!
Relief painted on the faces of NRG. Brock pulls out his classic weapon here. Looking to try to get a punish early on. MIBR have been peeking this area. Yeah. Aspas has got to find an opportunity to use the showstopper.
He's been holding on to it. Very light presence over towards A. It's only Verno holding it down. Zekken hoping for an attempt of a punish. He's holding that judge.
Fowler was broken immediately on the A side of the map. As you said, it was only Verno. Now Zekken comes to reinforce.
He's only got a stinger. This could be it, a tipping point, really. NRG, all they have to do is lie in wait, and maybe the game will come to them.
They have been very good at punishing MIBR here.
Yeah.
This map, they've found the adjustment that works.
They're going over towards A. Is the showstopper used off of what kind of timing? I'm not too sure, but it's definitely speeding up the rest of NRG. Jumping into the fray. Over towards the A side. Zekken's only got the judge. Cosmic Divide cuts it up. He is alone. He's isolated. Dimensional Drift could be used to see if he can get himself out here, but it's slow going from NRG. Timing by Tex. He takes it straight towards Ramp. These players are barely getting in right now. And again, that ult could be used. He hears the flash now. Zekken being pressured. The judge again, not the weapon for the job. It's all just scraps. Bottom of the bargain bin, but MIBR are going to do the best they possibly can. Plant going down. Tex finds another one. Big weapon picked up now. Operator in his hands. 2v3. It's a matter of survival here for MIBR. They need this round. TP across, cuts it up. These angles with the weaponry has got to be better. Surely NRG with the rifles are going to find a way through. A few more kills going their way. Recall, reset of the aim, and now it's just left down to Scuba. Scuba! 1v1 for the map win! And he will deliver them! Onwards and upwards to Abyss. They've been granted another lifeline.
Insane comeback from NRG. They
put on a defense half. They had tons of anti picked out, I think, as well to disrupt the drone positions when they played against 100 Thieves.
And the pistols have been good for NRG today. There's something that Ethan was noting, even as they went 4-9 on split.
Adder, slightest of off angles here. Bait and switch setup, but Verno, well, he's still trying to clear it, but again, the salvo is just immediately there to supplement. As soon as the contact is taken, a dash already expended and used, but a paranoia, surely you have to claim this kill, but the damage goes both ways. Brock relieves that pressure, and you're lining up for the damage, collecting and cleaving all of them. Shred of HP available, but honestly, it's already done. Brock delivers them a pistol round, almost single-handedly.
I love the bait and switch setup. And you put a sheriff into this guy's hands and he wins you pistol rounds.
Yeah.
He really is fantastic with it. Look at him here.
Wow.
It's devastating. And then the body shot damage is enormous on these pistols.
He's awake! He's awake!
A 4K. Starts NRG off really nice. Pretty similar actually to their pistol round setup on Corrode.
Shutting them down.
But they've got to keep that momentum going if NRG want to push things to the 5th map.
Recovering it.
Deep knife. Ethan had some util primed, I think, to try and disrupt them, grabbing the orbs and getting away with it, but he was suppressed, so they're forced to concede up that space. MIBR are going to try and make the most of a round like this, but they don't have much money. Around the world, farming up the orbs.
Yeah, you might well see just Mazzino playing for this orb as well. Headshot angle being held by Mada.
He's a player you don't want to get online early enough with these ults. And already two. It is picked off though. Aspas is willing to return that fire, but a shot to the dome from range. Spectre not quite the weapon for the job, but Scuba's doing enough to dissuade it, but MIBR just jumping on the opportunity to get involved. Same could be said for NRG though. Not letting anything slip. Kickoff straight there, reinforcing that B site, cleaning up these players, and Aspas will commit to the plan and barely get out of there. Weakened, softened. An easy target for Kickoff. 3 kills for him.
Yeah, just get the plant money online for your team. Make sure that you're doing well economically.
Yeah.
Brock, though, picks up the defuse to add another to the bank in terms of getting his ult online pretty quickly. It's a similar defensive setup for NRG, one that MIBR should be aware of, used to, have seen on the tape.
Doing a thing.
When these two teams clashed on Abyss last time, we got to see the sides flipped around. We barely got to see this configuration with NRG heavy defending and MIBR on the attack. So I'm interested to see if they've got good positions where they can put Aspas in a spot to crack sites open.
The buy, relatively weak, all things considered. NRG, they've gone for a setup. Used it before. We saw this when they played against other teams. Deep push on their bonus up through mid, but immediately given up on that space, and potential sound cues could be heard. MIBR re-explore mid a little bit later. Deep Knife is going to give them some good info, honestly, that nobody's going to be sitting back there because Mada does like to sometimes.
Well, Mada's gone for a push. He does love pushing on the defense. Verno coming back to make sure that that hasn't happened.
He's towing the line.
This is what we saw from the most recent game with NRG playing against 100 Thieves, is that even though you were aware that Mada likes to go for this, he does just toe the line perfectly.
We've seen him get a lot of value from a spot like this. MIBR, though, not looking to go in that direction. The whole 5 group of players.
Mada just popped the refract. He jumped off through cliff, and now he can tell his team to stack A.
Yeah, they're getting bodies and players into position here. NRG are looking to try and shove this one back. Knives out here. Aspas is going to be the first one in. Dash into the smoke, and now a play into the back. That blind and flash is perfect. Good util. See if you can lay claim to a lot of this space, but NRG, we're not going to be content with this one. Time running short. Hold on, the smoke's dissipating. MIBR being pushed into a really uncomfortable position here. They need to see if they can secure this one. The plan was denied. Second, might have claimed these kills, but now he needs to hold this one off. Swinging wide banner! He got it! He got the kill. And second, not even able to get that ace towards the end of things here. NRG are all smiles beaming across the stage.
They put so much pressure on the MIBR planter there. The normal default position, which is the safest if people are coming through spawn, they didn't want to commit to it because Brock's normally a nightmare in heaven. You're going to be throwing darts, shots,
and all sorts, yeah.
The drone. And instead they're planting for backside, and look, 2 players flooding in there, able to get the kill.
Just spectated him live.
He knows he's already won the round at that point. Stingers up for MIBR. This is a disaster beginning for them.
It is. MIBR feel like they're running out of steam at this point. The toll, perhaps, of all these games they've had to play, weighing on them. Fast and loose play there from MIBR when they're on the weaker guns anyway. Stinger, why not? Caution to the wind, throw it forwards, but Scuba was ready, anticipating it. Their side's not going to do much in a position like that. Ethan holding it down with a shock dart, still raining. Players are in positions, but with the rifles, it should be an easy job indeed. Verno from a distance now, but again, only the Stinger. Spike is dropped down. It's a 1v2. He's hoping that they will put it up, but Ethan, yeah. Got to wake up a little bit early, I think, to catch him off guard there. 4 rounds now in a row. This is in a rapid succession here for NRG. They got a cold confidence about them.
Ethan's individual level has also just gone up enormously since that opening map.
Yeah.
He's holding some really important lines here, where if he misses the shot, the round could spiral out of control, but he's there, and he controls it and makes sure that MIBR can't run away with those stingers. As a positive for MIBR, though, I like the way that they're getting Zekken into the site with Aspas. This is now 2 rounds in a row where Zekken's gone deep on a teleport into a smoke, so that you get a bit of that, like, almost quasi-double duelist initiation into the site. It will pay off eventually, probably.
Live drone as a salvo, lay it down to cancel out that drone. Something that NRG were doing all the time to 100 Thieves, making their life misery. Deep drone as well gets a lot of information, clear them out. That's a Hunter's Fury extended here, but again, the range might become an issue. He catches that onto Zekken.
Oh, he's so good.
It's outlandish. How does he manage it? It's up to Aspas to see if he can correct the course. He's got the silverware out now, already with that dash. In through and out, sidestepping with the paranoia, but again, the weaponry. Scuba, Ethan slapping down the adversaries. 5 in a row now, and they're out of their seats.
What am I watching from the MIBR POVs? Tex and Mazzino. That's gross. Where is the skill that was so on point
Shaky.
earlier in this match? Very, very shaky, very whiffy, and instantly Fraud is hitting a timeout. This play is beautiful from Brock. The anticipation of the teleport, we saw him almost connect with one of these earlier in the match. And NRG are there,
Nice
ready
shot,
for
Gio.
it.
Nice shot, bro.
NRG have got up 5-0, winning every critical moment here. Figure played against NRG on this map before. Like, if you were looking at the previous game in the upper bracket, you would have been looking at this VOD. And also, I think the individual moments have started to die down for MIBR.
Felt like they were powered by it sometimes. Aspas looks like they're going to be needing another one here. He's the one with the rifle, sole recipient of it, but Scuba's position is quite nice indeed. He can anchor into this position, the convergent pass to play himself in, and there was nowhere to run there. Aspas was caught in a corner. Deep TP, Zekken's going to be punished immediately. That's just Mada spamming into the choke.
That is absolutely brutal. The way that NRG play around smokes is world class, as it should be for the defending world champions.
Yeah, and they're tiptoeing into this one here. Confidence is brimming. It's 6 rounds in a row. It is flawless. Barely a shred of damage being done. NRG, they're in control. Second half a split onwards. They have not slowed down. They are showing what it takes to be a world champion.
Yeah, since the second half of split, there's only been a single round won for MIBR.
Yeah.
This is where it has to stop, though. If MIBR want to close this one out here on Abyss, they've got to get back into the game right here with their ults.
And on the back again here, but they're going to be met with a pit nice and early.
Predicting that they're going to go for the Cosmic Divide play into A. Pit down in your face, and Verno's got to make an adjustment instantly. All 5 players were grouped up on the A side of the map, but they don't really have a play to get through that.
MIBR feel like they're just trailing in terms of the decision-making. NRG, one step ahead, always predicting what they're going to be doing. Wasn't the case early on in this series, but now might be spelling out exactly what to expect moving forwards.
Ethan's already used his drone on B, and now he's just jiggle peeking to try to get information. MIBR are walking back in that direction, looking to use the Cosmic Divide.
Yeah, things off.
Their post-plant should be really strong here, Verno with ult.
Ethan, what a shot to find, and he's going to be dipping all the way back out. It's already done the damage, they got the player advantage.
Again, playing around the smokes perfectly.
That's what's going to be deleted here. These are ults committed in a must-win round for MIBR. Big knife. It's going to slow them down to a degree, but this flank occurring.
I love the flank against Verno's ult.
NRG don't want to account for. Double dash in. That's going to be saturated into the corner. And handed now. Mazzino's looking to try and push them back. Salvo deep into the corner. Verno forwards, pressing up now. His rifle in hands. It's up to him to see if he can land some of these shots, but they're playing off the pressure now. Ping-ponging back and forth. These MIBR players not looking to let it slip, but they look uncomfortable at that. Scuba already creating that pressure off from the side. The snakebite and the shots. He's finding all of it in the block again. Spam anticipated. Second, ready for it, and Tex. A flourish at the end of that round, and finally a round on the board that MIBR needed.
They close things out. So many layers to that one. Verno didn't even have to use his overall in the end because they sent an extra layer of Tex walking up through mid. They're also aware of the body block, as you called out, because that has been winning a lot of these teams' rounds at this point when you trust too much in the pull. But Zekken's thinking about it, unloads bullets in and catches both.
It makes a crucial difference.
Round, guys.
I mean, you know if they're body blocking, they're both going to get vulnerable as well.
Yeah.
All right, MIBR. They stop the rot.
Not barely dealt with, and that's a big reveal into Mazzino.
Good trade back, though.
It is, yeah. Necessary one at that. Deep TP. Interesting take onto it, into the recall. Smoke, and Matter was ready regardless.
How are you ready for that? It's such a nice idea for Zekken.
Inferno's drone sees it, tags it. Had an ult to expend, but didn't want to use it on a position like this. Tex is looking to see what he can get done, but he's spotted out by the jump spot, and the stun is good. Special delivery right into his lap. Tex is really caught between a tough spot here. And look at NRG, immediately proactivity called for.
But this is going to give a timing for Aspas and Verno to get into A, and that itself should relieve pressure on Tex.
They hear it. It could come down to the timings here. They hear the ropes, and the shots are fired here. This is going to be pushing these players back. Another tap. No committal. Shock darts raining down. Heavy damage.
They know Tex was here, but Mada is not thinking about it.
It's all about what Tex can find here. The barrel might betray. And yes, Mada spotted, biding the time. Oh! Patience played too much, and Mada, what a shot, what a reaction. Double dash in now, he's feeling it. The rest of NRG looking to see if they can play themselves all the way in a 2v3, though. Still anyone's game to plan. Finally committed the damage. Done! Spraying up down Verno. Verno! He was on for an ace, but shut down by Mada. Pure brilliance, individuality shining from this guy.
I think a Verno ace is the only thing that could have saved MIBR from a complete mental collapse, though. There's a little bit of a smirk on the face of Tex, but he knows he's absolutely bottled that one. They're 7-1 down. MIBR needed it. They were in a winnable spot. He goes for the trigger discipline. But he just beeps about 5 bullets straight into the back wall. What a mess. What an absolute mess. And I think that is a showcase of what's been going wrong for MIBR. All of the spots where previously it felt like, I think the phrase you were using was walking on water.
Yeah.
And now they're drowning.
They are sinking rapidly at that. There's no more money to work with here for MIBR. Again, it's another eco round, but they're not in a position to take ecos. 7-1, this is NRG, prime control. Kiko taking liberties here. Just executing them one at a time, playing the team in perfectly. Verno not going to be able to withstand this much. He's got the rifle, sidestepping at least that special delivery, but yeah. Overwhelming with the util and overwhelming with the guns. 8-1 now. This is a rapid crewman of rounds here from NRG. They are not messing around.
No, not at all. These ecos have been cleaned up instantly. There's never been a threat. When NRG have the stronger weaponry, they're completely crushing MIBR here. The defensive setups look lovely.
Oh my god, we're abusing this guy! Where are you going, V? Where are you going?
And letting the rest of the team to flood. Armada has got the operator. He's looking to try to take an early line across mid. And MIBR want a condition that you can't do that. So it looks like we'll get a clash early. Here's a lineup, write it down.
Xena going to be sending this one. Going to clear the way for it. That's a shot on wide. Mada, at this point, his form has been unbelievable, so it's rare to see him miss shots like that. Zekken, it's a rare misplay by Brock. He's just going to be catching him unaware there onto the reload, but Zekken is pressed into a corner, stunned up. Salvo, next wave of things swinging wide. Kieran having to take that fight and wins it.
There's the star power.
The immense amount of pressure. Zekken is not done. He's not finished.
There's the individual ability that was carrying MIBR early on. Put in a tough spot and wriggling out. 5v2.
Scuba trying to take a time and pass this drone, but he's tagged up. No missteps this time, and Aspas eager. Drops Scuba, takes him out. Mada now left in a 1v5. Of course, he's going to make a play for it, but not long for the world in a spot like that. So, second round, and it is flawless at that here for MIBR. Adjustments working. Mid-pressure off the back of those individuals of Zekken.
You could tell from the way that Brog contested this space, he was very unaware that the vent had been broken. And Zekken's been trying to get into it a couple of times. He made a play with the recall smoke in a previous round, and Mada hit him with the op shot.
Nice round, Zek.
Yeah, it was. It was a big round from Zekken, but they're going to need more.
Only 2 more rounds left to play for in this half. IVR need every single one they can count on. They're taking this one a bit slower.
Yeah, knife over towards A might throw off NRG a little bit. Got 2 players. Scuba and Mudder that do like to push out on defense, but they're just going to be anchoring for now.
Again, rejoining the pack here as well. Just trying to make sure that they can pull players away. They are currently scoping out the spawn. No command now going to be, again, sending out waves, emanating out. What is that peak? Barely able to get the kill. Yeah, I mean, Zekken gets it. Survives on 10 HP, and a deep TP goes both ways. Armageddon now pushing back this plan. There's a minute left on the clock.
Nobody is thinking about the flank.
No one's thinking about it at all. In the midst of all this chaos, this is Kiko. He could thrive. He could feast. Catches them completely unaware. No one turning around. It's 2 kills in the blink of an eye. And now the pressure completely flipped. It's MIBR. It's Zekken and Tex left to see if they can dig themselves out. But Kiko running a mockery. 9 rounds now, and only 1 more left to play for in the half.
A complete missing piece of the puzzle there from MIBR.
Nobody thinking about it.
Not at all. It's like they completely forgot that the Omen ult had even gone off. And I think in the midst of the chaos, that's exactly what happened. They must have just not even noted it, nobody combing it. And Kiko gets around behind for 3 kills.
Holy shit, good shit, good shit.
Well, it was a 9-3 half on split, and NRG still found a way to recover. Can MIBR at least get to that?
Been having difficulties for it. Inserting Zekken. It's in that mid link, but you can't really count on the same play twice. This time, NRG are very much aware.
Yeah, they're hyper aware.
Yeah, playing a bit further back. Drone to try and clear this one. Paranoia is there, but emergent pass. Good luck, Hunter's Fury. And Salvo's at your feet. They are using everything.
Oh, that's so nice.
Long range with the assist. And oh my, almost there with a 2nd kill. Zekken. Significant damage done to Kiko, but he is surviving. And now, dropping down, potential sound cue heard. Verno.
This time, he's not going to get caught by the flank.
It's an off angle. Kiko. Barrel pokes out, and there it is.
What a spot.
And Ethan. Definitely so. 2v4 for them to play in here, but this is looking like MIBR will be able to get that 3rd unless something significant happens. Scuba shut down, trying to make the play. And Ethan now, the IGL left to do it all, but eventually shut down. Good trades intact by Aspas. 9-3. You posed the question, Josh.
Well, it's another round where the individual brilliance of MIBR shines through. Yep. This is a Waylay ult and Sovereign combo going into Zekken, and he just one-taps the guy contesting him, despite the fact he's hindered. There's a counter Sovereign in order to punish Brock, who just pushed out through A to pick up the ult orb to get that ult online in the first place.
Let's go. We are the best team on defense.
Well,
he's chuckling to himself.
Yeah, that's because they've only won 3 out of 24. They only won 3 defensive rounds out of 24. So, yeah, they're going to have to do a lot better than usual here.
You're telling me there's a chance?
I'm telling you there's a very small chance.
Big group up here. NRG. Drone's going to get cancelled. No, the knife is broken, so unimpeded. That's going to be that stealth drone clearing the way. But MIBR have a stack of bodies ready onto the site to receive. It's all about how you really handle it. The smoke up and over. Zekken is wiggling around. This is a playground for him right now. But Kiko! Kiko! Deep TP into the back. They were not expecting that.
That is a nasty 3K. Both Omens going bonkers there. And Kiko coming out on top. Major recovery in terms of his individual performance across this map. He is treating it like a playground. Tex, nightmare spot for him.
Yep.
Gets drilled by Brock. First bullet straight to him. NRG go up 10-3.
They're looking different.
Yeah, they're looking like they're in prime position to be able to force us to a map 5.
Oh. Yeah, that's nice. That's sharp.
I said earlier on that only one of these teams was playing like they were in trophy lifting, Masters winning form, but it's very much been a tale of 2 halves here.
Yeah. NRG paving the way ahead to a reverse sweep, 1 round at a time, 1 map at a time.
And it's a force buy from MIBR.
Yeah, they realize what they have to do here. Zekken shredded by a couple of bullets. We'll have to respect that one. They do have players in position, but Adar's not dealt with. That's a saturate up and over towards the top, and he's revealed, lit up. Mada locks on, locks in, and this guy is not letting any stone be unturned. Clears up the rest of the site now. Damaged under Verno. Can't even pressure and push back the plant in time. It's going to drop down to 30 HP. It's desperation for MIBR. Plant down now, NRG are in a very comfortable position. The guns just aren't good enough to do the job, not from this sort of range. Shock darts a sidestep, Nade's gonna sail overhead. Kickoff will be spammed down as a result of it, but it goes both ways. NRG, massive player advantage, and all the confidence in the world now to just take over this map.
Storming ahead, and essentially seals the fate of Abyss here. MIBR forced into this round to make a desperate comeback, and now they're just gonna be stuck on, you know, stingers and light weaponry for basically the rest of the half, unless they can do something miraculous. No break on the recon there is a tragedy. And then drops down right behind Text, who was hiding in the corner.
Second guessing himself. He was like, is that a teammate?
Yeah. You got to feel for the MIBR players, though. Halfway through split, they must have thought that they were already going to Chile.
Yeah. Mentally packing their bags, perhaps, but NRG showing that grit and resolve. This is what makes champions at the end of the day. A lot of you two are going to be expended on either side here. A bit of a pull. Tex is off the map. He's off the map, man. NRG are all the way in. Liberty's taken. Heads are being popped. And it matters not. You can throw caution to the wind as much as you want, but MIBR are not getting past this stone wall that NRG have. Underhanded with a flash, it is pure desperation again, but again, the weapons are not good enough. 12 rounds now for NRG. At this point, both sides probably thinking just about that next map, Haven coming up.
So many of these games to qualify for Santiago across all regions have gone to 5. This is our final team, the final spot for qualification. Oh, that is tragic. He's got his head in his hands immediately, hasn't he? At the end of the day, at least it wasn't in a close map where it made a big difference. They weren't going to win that round, and they're almost certainly not going to win this map anyway. But, man, it's got to feel brutal. The manner in which they've lost some of these rounds and these moments has been tragic.
NRG are just A-execing. MIBR got a stack of 4 players. Anything to try and stop the mass blast, blind firing into the wall, but they are finding it difficult to get through still. There's a player advantage. NRG though just walk up past it. No one's holding that choke point. Ethan still gets the second up to the top of the box. There's adjustment to the aim. Verno keeps his team in it for now.
The first of 9 chances denied, and MIBR keep themselves going. 12-4 though. It would be an insane achievement if they were able to come back from this point. Looks way more likely that we would be going to Haven.
So bad.
Took a stack of players, 4 of them on A, just to push them back.
If they do end up going to Haven, the nerves, even for these veteran players, have got to be difficult to calm.
Flash, Hunter's Fury. It's an aggro play, bit of proactivity, but a real acknowledgement, and it's going to go both ways now. Up into the sky, trying to avoid the ire of Brock. Pinpoint accuracy, just the 1 tag. A lot of damage done, though. Zekken and Verno, both of them low as anything.
And it was these slow-paced rounds that were getting it done for NRG on their attack side of Split. They were being able to generate early picks and then just hardcore punish what MIBR were going for to try to generate some kind of counterplay.
NRG, they love the salvo play. Crack open both the doors, direct the attention of one of the players on the defense over towards mid.
It softens up the sights so much.
Yep.
You need Aspas to be a hero here.
Blade Storm out.
It really has been shut out again on Abyss, the way that NRG play he's struggled with.
Contacting for now, but as soon as the oar's picked up, that's the signal. Everybody wants to send it flying forwards. Aspas, it's all on him. Potentially spotted up onto the high ground and definitely revealed by the recon. Armageddon, lay it down, Ethan! Just catches him. Kickoff! Friendly fire, Verno's in there, capitalizing, trying to make the most of it, but he's damaged down, 45 HP. The spike is dropped down at that. Mazzino off onto the flank, but spotted out, and Brog eager for the engagement. And even anticipating the second part of it, but Zekken will clean it up. Spike's down. Scuba, barely any time to work with here, but both players are low. They'll go down to barely anything at all. The Paranoia misses. Individuals, 1v1. Scuba seals it up once more.
He's been the most clutch player in the server, and he delivers again.
5. The battle of two juggernauts to decide who represents Americas for that final slot at Santiago. NRG with their reverse sweep. It's up to MIBR to try and shove them back.
Very standard pistol round setup here for NRG. 3 players over towards B. Normally, you'd be looking at them potentially reacting and pushing based off this C pressure. Regrouping over towards A early and now taking the migration to go and reinforce Scuba's position as that turret breaks.
Hell of a read.
But it's a wrong read, isn't it? Because MIBR are resetting after breaking the turret. That default is just to rob NRG of a little bit of info. And now, because NRG rotated across the map instead of pushing, there's gaps.
They're going to be looking to re-clear some space themselves. The drone does signal quite a bit to NRG here that they're at least opponents are guessing. They haven't actually capitalized and taken up a lot of that space. They're also making rotations about which way are they going.
What is
they're
going on
running
here?
rings around the map trying to get the legs and the steps in, apparently.
I think they're going to end up in the right position.
Yeah, they are. They're following the sound cues, and here it is. They found it anyway. Paranoia forwards. There's a stun into the back. Spas trying to lead this again, but these walls in your face make it difficult to try and chew through and get through. Jumping, right clicks, everything being offloaded. Vulnerable to Verno. You're getting ticked down, ticked down, ticked down. The pressure is getting to these players, and you're starting to see it made manifest.
Mazzino, though, has found the gap. He's in through B. MIBR cancel a little bit, and they're going back into it.
Trying to hit those shots though against the Neon is a hard task all around. 14 seconds, nothing to play with. The spike is in the middle of nowhere. They need to carve out a path, but NRG are the ones stopping it. Short of the mark entirely. Players in the right spots, and the shots are fired. Flawless for NRG, and anarchy to begin this final map.
Absolutely crazy pistol round, and yet the end result is pretty similar to what we've been seeing across today and across Kickoff. MIBR can't buy these rounds. They can't find them. They get themselves into somewhat winnable positions.
Come on, we're everywhere!
That's what I'm saying.
They really are. Almost every single pistol in this series has gone NRG's way. And MIBR are not going to go for the force this time.
Energy and momentum has never left NRG. Second half is split onwards. Dart reveals quite a bit there. 2 players aiming to break it, and we're going to be trying to swing into that one. Still, it's good shots, good damage, and an attempt to reclaim the weapon is punished. Kiko, though, he's alone. He needs help here in a spot like this. Mazzino has found sliders of corners to play in. Dropping a few weapons, spraying a couple of shots. He's eager not to give over the Guardian. Zekken and Mazzino. With the smoke fading, Kiko fully aware.
He's so sharp with it there. And Zekken's only got a classic to play with. It was Mazzino, the danger guy, with the Bulldog there. And while the initial idea up through short looked like it had some legs, Kiko shut it down fast.
And turret's going to be deactivated here. Zekken's going to aim to get a bit of plant money here. Doesn't have a weapon to really play with, just a classic. If he wants a way to win, he's going to have to take risks, but already Ethan is hot on his trail.
And they're trying to juggle a weapon over, but it's not really going to work.
Well,
they keep a little bit of... Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of time with the defuse.
Yeah, they're delaying the defuse for an enormous amount of time here so that they can go and pick up the Bulldog.
Yeah. So they are going to be able to reclaim a lot of the big guns, most expensive ones at least. So, and NRG... very good at managing their economy in spots like this. When they win the bonus, or at least the pistol, I should say, sets them up beautifully for the bonus.
And they've been good in those kind of situations too.
Yeah.
You can't state enough how much it has been an issue for MIBR early. Well, he has to make a play.
You got to take risks in a spot like that. You can't just sit back.
crucial that MIBR get on the board here, though. They cannot allow NRG to win a bonus. You got to right the ship. You got to get belief in yourself early on in a map 5.
Right now, you're way off course. 5 players.
Right here.
Essentially grouped up towards mid here. It looks like a B hit is going to be called for. MIBR. Ball's propped up with a fast lane. Deep TP up towards the top. Zekken landing a couple of those shots. Guardian in hand. Tapping away. He's aiming for the best. But Scuba still survives and pushes it all the way back. These players are in. They're umming and ahhing. They're wondering how to get the most. But this is a bonus. Bonus for NRG. Oh my God, man.
It's gross.
You just got to look away sometimes.
That is not okay. MIBR, the only player that gets into the site is Zekken. The others are miles away. Way too far behind. Where is the aggression? Where is the killer instinct that was on display early on?
It's gone. MIBR are just lost at sea.
Zekken fights, Tex fights, Verno fights, all before Aspas is even in a position to take a duel. The system that was working so well in maps 1 and 2 has collapsed.
Running it forwards here, Aspas angry, rifle in his hands.
This is a force buy,
yeah,
a hero buy.
Difference. He's been doing this. Rifle or operator, whatever you might call it. Turret's going to be broken. He wants to get the hell out. Not looking to get punished, but he's also potentially getting that bait and switch. But Kiko, oh my, so damn aware.
Completely shut down that hero rifle and dropped it in a spot that's actually really dangerous to go and try to recover.
Retrievable. Tex has got a timing though. Past that alarm bot. This could be a difference maker, but he's going to be meeting. Was that Ethan running through the spawn? Knife out though. Unanticipated, and there's good crosshair placement. That is a gun to be reclaimed.
They need to clean this up quickly.
Gun picked up, and they do clean it up. That is zero hesitation from NRG.
Yeah, I think that's the right protocol.
They give up side control, but at the end of the day, not losing the weapon is probably more important. Don't get away with this. There's no way! Toying with them. They know all the little quirks of every single map.
Gun here.
You'd expect from a team with Brock on it, and now gearing up for this. Mazzino, Guardian, you need heroics, you need magic, but again, you got to jump in Neon in your face. And what do you do about that? The damage is done, chipped down to 3 HP. Verno is biding his time to strike, but he doesn't have the gun. The firepower just not there. NRG, they're steamrolling them.
And the early gambles from MIBR have not been working. They went for the force buy earlier on. We saw it in a previous map, failed. And the look on Frod's face was one of heavy disappointment. Here, again, they go for that hero buy. They try to get a rifle into Aspas's hands.
See me moving? I saw you, bro.
The guy whose form was carrying them through the early game. We were talking about it. They're back to normal. We were saying Aspas back to how we expect him to be able to play. And across Abyss and here on Haven to open, I want to see in this round a functional system from MIBR. I want to see the right players in entry positions. Aggression from them. Maybe even some post-plant aggression if they end towards C or B.
It's working well on other maps. Taking a fight directly to NRG.
Careful.
But they seem to have lost the plot.
They do, yeah. Plans are a bit skew with here, but they're going to be contenting up behind, using the Viper wall as a bit of cover. Set up though. Alarm bot in short, and you're not going to expect Scuba to be tucked tight here. Not when the alarm bot's already there, but Matter's going to be ready to join him. And that long A angle watch for as well. This drone through mid. It's an attempt to try and pull players away, weaken the A site.
Yeah, but Ethan, is he not just grabbing full information right now on the top of B, or is he tucked behind the site? It's hard to tell from the minimap. No, he's just tucked behind, yeah. So he's actually unaware of what's happening. Turret, though, giving him good info to play off.
Turret's posted. It's just Cedar's weak. Good stun, does connect. Alarm into the corner, and even spotting out that player as a Scuba rooted out of the spot. Manado. He's going to answer back almost immediately there with a trade, and it looks like Brock wants to get active and into the fight. Drops down out of heaven into hell, and this guy is a demon himself when he has that Odin. Spike is dropped.
30 seconds left.
Irretrievable at this point. This is a lackluster MIBR that are running out of answers. They ran out of them a while ago, to be honest.
What a round from NRG, though, too. The paranoia is perfect from Ethan, catching the short and long players for the A squad to play off. And think about the defensive setup. They have the Killjoy on A. And MIBR, Verno's thinking, right, KJ has moved over towards A. That means the stack is probably over on the other side of the map. No, they've got many players defending the A site. Viper Orb on the A site. Killjoy util to play off as well. Hard red and destroyed those anchor positions and crossfire setups that NRG are known for deliver again.
Exactly right. I mean, it's so unexpected, really. You see that level of setup.
Well, they just left C incredibly open.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they left C completely to Kiko and just left it in his hands.
Zeno. Slightly off center. He's going to sidestep that string of bullets, and meanwhile, Mada exploring towards mid. Support of the rest of his team here. Ethan, I believe, either priming a paranoia or ready to respond with the weapon himself. Very ready. NRG's so good at cooking up these little micro trap plays. As soon as Mada gets a sniff of any action, the rest of the team will be ready to respond, but MIBR slow going.
And they're going to be fast on the A retake if that is where MIBR end. But here comes Tex. And this could be a nightmare for the guy.
He's not long for the world, is he? As soon as that contact's caught, there it is. Paranoia.
Late.
Delayed, yeah, late. So Tex is actually going to be able to get out with his life.
Late and also into the floor, I think, from Ethan.
Not quite ready for it, but they're going to have bodies in position over towards A. The rest of them might be actually getting a bit of a read. They've moved their way up through mid, taking up residency now onto the B site. Plant forced out here, but this is fast and loose. NRG raring to go. Overdrive popped, and there is no remorse here. This gameplay, relentless stuff from NRG. Taking no prisoners. Diffuse already onto half. Tex and Verno. Not much you can do from a spot like this.
No, I mean, Verno's only got a stinger. He's not even going to want to save this.
Full diffuse, 6 rounds now in a row for NRG. The reality of this reverse sweep being made manifest more and more with each passing round.
And a complete crash down to earth from MIBR. They were in a lofty position in the upper bracket. And suddenly, every round they're going to be thinking to themselves, how have we got here?
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful, bro. Don't move.
Second time out here for MIBR. Being had before from a team in Valorant.
No.
You need to be truly exceptional to be able to bounce back in the way that MIBR did at the beginning of this series, but they're petering out now. NRG capitalizing, taking advantage of it. Aspas. A couple of shots landing onto him. He's going to be weakened here. The paranoia in his face. Fast lane up. Trying to make them second-guess themselves, and the shots, oh my god, and not even letting them get involved. Stun ricochets with a chance to really take advantage, has already missed this wall in their face. It is umming and ahhing, it is hesitation, and you're throwing bodies at it. NRG have the full, complete read.
They got 4 players ready to defend here, and Aspas could not entry. Knocked down to 2 HP, it was far too obvious. And this round's a weird one. Mazzino, I think, is just going to want to save the rifle.
Verno get it. Nah.
So would Verno, because the money is not good. Mazzino's got 150 credits, Tex has got 400. The rest of the team was going for a save. So this round was a messy buy to begin with, and now it's in a 2v5 that is essentially unwinnable. MIBR are just going to be lucky to hold on to what they've got.
You already know NRG are going to be hunting.
Man, spots like this are some of the toughest mentally, I've got to imagine.
Yeah.
Because while you could use it as like an extra
30
timeout,
seconds left.
in all likelihood, the MIBR players are going to want full silence so that they could hear anybody looking to punish the rifles. And so you've just got to sit and stew. Sit and stew in the silence, looking at that 0 at the top of the scoreboard. Thoughts ruminating on things that have gone wrong to put you in this position.
10 seconds left.
When they were so close on split.
4 rounds
full
away.
of rounds, yeah. 4 rounds away from qualifying for Santiago. Lining up though, Verno. He's going to try and topple them all down, but eventually NRG come for their prize. The guns reclaimed, taken out of their hands, 7-0.
This is a collapse.
There's no more timeouts, no more interjection from Fraud.
No.
It's up to the players to see if they can pick themselves up, but how can you do it, man, when everything you've tried has gone wrong?
It feels like NRG have got 3 or 4 players everywhere you look to end.
Yeah.
You've got to try activating the lurks more heavily. Pump fakes in one direction, try to get Mazzino inserted on an A lurk. See if you can get Tex working his way through mid. Oh, and he's dead already!
It's filthy! A punish onto the killjoy when they expect that turret lineup. Verno's out into the open. This is individualistic. This is just throwing anything at the wall and seeing what sticks. Because everything has gone wrong for MIBR. NRG are putting on a world-class performance here on Haven.
Absolutely destroying the super team from Americas.
Toxin screen down.
Zekken not even able to get the punish there onto Brock. Not a piece of damage done.
Toxin screen down.
They're looking to try to get their way back in through A if they can. Mazzino's going to put up the wall and then just walk into a wall of bullets. A 2v5. Same as the previous round, but now what's the point in saving? You might as well do something. These rounds are chalked from beginning to end.
They are. NRG, the defensive setups, there's so many layers that they're putting on top. If he reads and stacks it, he got. And if there's hitting shots like that, my God!
If you're deleting Aspas in one shot while he's neon sliding, you deserve to go to Santiago. That is filthy.
Just unbelievable.
Try that one out in your ranked games.
Yeah.
Tex wrecked.
Didn't get a chance to play the game. Same can be said for
He's not
most
gonna
of these
He's not going to
players.
turret grass again, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Got a bit of a fear into his step, but this is 8 rounds in a row now, leading NRG.
Yeah, look, he's turreting the mid window now.
Yeah.
And they go for an A lobby crunch. Anticipating MIBR making an adjustment. They've taken Tex down again. You are not allowed to play the game.
This is unreal. He's been forced back to that spectator seat multiple rounds in a row without even seeing a soul. Zekken. It's an attempt from him to return that fire, but Matters deep posted, and all it takes is a half clearance, and it leaves Matters time to shine. Zekken again returns it.
It's a good trade at least. It's a better situation, honestly, than MIBR have been in for the majority of Haven. They get themselves potentially into an A site here. NRG are evacuating it currently. They can always play the retake with the lockdown. Verno's dead, so no ult to be able to break it.
Cover going out.
Look at the way they're playing. 2 players deep in spawn. Open access to the A side, but like you said, this lockdown's going to be used, presumably to retake.
I don't really understand this. You've got to pit, I think, to get yourself back in from the lockdown. You know you're going to get pushed out of the site, so you have to pit to get yourself back in. But Mazzino's so committed, and the spike is so far away.
Yeah, it's again.
Are they
No
not
one's on
going
the
to go
same
for the
page.
pit?
Aspas is going for a peek here. He's overstaying. NRG are not going to offer you opportunities.
Oh, no.
Snake by shock darts raining down. Detainment is the only choice you've got.
They're both detained.
You're forced to lose, essentially. NRG give you no options. Give you no chances. They steal away your hope.
Far too easy for NRG. They get up to 9. MIBR with no answers, no ideas, and how could you not feel for Mazzino? You're seeing a guy's dream shatter in real time.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
All the way from the upper bracket, and NRG are manhandling them currently.
Backbreaker after backbreaker rounds.
Will Tex be allowed to play the game to open up here? Look at Brock on this line. He's going for the spam through the door. Across to A lobby.
We'll see if he lands it again. That's a lot of damage. Zekken! How does he anticipate this?
He's unbelievable, man. He's a menace everywhere around the map. You don't see him.
It's just unbelievable. I think I used the term unethical earlier, but I'm going to reserve that for Brock from now on.
Yeah, I think it's right. And this,
They're not giving him a chance to play. They're not giving him a chance to play.
They don't even get to play the game.
Oh! Oh my God, man.
He's killed everybody through a wall. No one's seen anyone in this game.
Texas. And even then, he's going to be shut down by the trade instantly. 9-0. Gearing up for 10 rounds in a row. Such dominance. I can't remember the last time I've seen it, especially in the fashion that NRG are going for.
For this to be map 5, MIBR will have been coming out the back of Abyss and thinking, right, well, we've got another map, we've got another opportunity. And then slowly now, the dread is going to be seeping in. I say slowly. At this point, you'd be hard to find any glimmer of hope.
Look at this. Nah.
I mean, the mad part is he wasn't dead and then he TP'd into it.
Yeah.
Headshots.
Nah.
This is brutal.
Nah. That's maniacal. I think if, listen, if you enjoy that, that's...
You're sick.
It's a red flag. It's a red flag. Brock's doing it again. He's doing it again. 10 rounds in a row. NRG. They're not giving them a chance to breathe.
I mean, what that does end up with, though, is that MIBR have got ults that they've never been able to even use.
Yep.
Tex
Straight there.
No armor, but not that it made a difference. Verno and Mazzino also going for Vandal, no armor.
I've never seen such a flattening.
No, this is utter dominance.
In just all the years of Valorant.
And yeah, it feels not just like a 13-0, but like a completely one-sided 13-0.
It's a statement.
But this game, the first 2.5 maps, so heavily towards MIBR.
Yeah.
And a switch flipped.
Deep drone now trying to get these tags off. 45 seconds though, MIBR. They're desperate for anything at this point. Grasping at straws with the stack of players. NRG have got players in position. Matter. Not that operated. The paranoia is going to be good connection. No one really willing to play off the back of this one though. They've been stunted and slowed at least by that util, but Aspas is forwards anyway. Leading it forwards. The team making sure that they can clear out all of the little areas here, but Ethan's still playing himself in. This guy is eager to go, raring to go. Broke over the top. Hit through heaven. Is the plant denied? No, no! Not a single chance is offered. Just when you think MIBR have a hope, a glimpse of getting around on the board, it's shattered in the blink of an eye. This is an NRG showing that world leader form, showing that world champion form, what it takes to lift a trophy, what it takes to represent Americas on the biggest stages of the year.
MIBR are just not on their level today.
And Even's feeling it.
The value from Brock is unbelievable. The shock darts raining down on Verno. Had no armor, couldn't just tank him. Not again! Not again!
Can't be showing this! Sidestepped for now, but you know Brock's going to be waiting in the wings.
Tex just took a tickle.
Never far behind. And a deep push, the disrespect by NRG. They are all the way through mid already. They know this game's in their grasp. They know they're in complete control. The lockdown activated, but this is NRG looking to fight over it. Shock darts raining down. Potential here with a util, but they might be forced to respect this one. DTP into the corner. It's getting a little bit messy. Ethan is hard committed. And the overextension, Hunter's Fury into the corner. This is everything being thrown. MIBR practically the kitchen sink to try and get something going for them. The pit still up. Bit of an issue here. Keep still active. You never know what could happen. This guy's alone. He's a one-man army. No way. Can't be doing this. Dodging, juking, avoiding the fights. The aim straight down. Can't get the third. But the damage might just be done anyway. Scuba anticipating that re-swing.
He knows where they both are. Surely MIBR get one.
They have to, surely, at this point. A 1v2. Scuba's been given agency. Free reign, he's just in the sight.
So much respect offered, so much space given. This is not how MIBR was winning earlier on.
No, they were winning with just aggression, disrespect, running at them. Reliance on the aim, but doing it together. This looks like their spirits have just been taken away. Scuba, tap, pulls out the dart, doesn't break it, going for the kill, and at least MIBR get the one, but my God, is the damage done.
It's a pity round at this point. thrown out for NRG. The half is utterly dominant. And you're looking at the team in the lead who've been winning on pistols as well. Who've got all the momentum behind them.
Knows MIBR.
You gotta keep the spirits up somehow. Gotta keep your heads in the game, but at this point, it is NRG entirely. Pure dominance from the reigning world champs.
Split, 4 rounds on Abyss, and now only 1 in a whole half on Haven. They are getting completely dominated. NRG, it is a victory parade right now for them.
Brimming with confidence, and it shows in their play. They're taking liberties, taking risks, and everything is working. They can do no wrong. A lot of damage offloaded into Kickoff here for the pistol. This has been NRG's domain so far in this series.
Yeah, they've been winning so many of these.
Verno, the sole recipient of a lot of this aggression that might be coming his way here. He's just trying to hold down the A side, but look at him. Looking left, looking right. He's got to clear a short, a long. A lot of unknowns. Doesn't know where these players could be. He's just missed the timing, and now with the util, there's no more chances. He's just got to try and weather the storm and get his team back in, but that dart is good. Aspas delivers it. To blow to the head, Mada's going to be knocked out and down by the cow, but Scuba lurking off to the side. Kills claimed. NRG, they've got the guns and got the weapons. Space is theirs. And Verno tucked tight to the corner. This anchor smoke is the only respite he's got. His team is in though, ready to try and put up a bit of a performance, and Tech's okay. At least getting himself online, some kills on the board. Allowed to play the game for once in this map.
Yeah. Scuba fakes like he's running away. He's been easily the most clutch player in the game so far. Most clutch out of any of these guys at Kickoff, but this would be something completely different.
11 seconds though, not a lot of time to work with, and the damage already done, so... Pistol rounds.
They double the amount of rounds that they've won so far on Haven.
Yeah, a round of fist bumps too. No cause for jumping out of your seat just yet though.
No, it's 2 in a row. They'll have to make it 3, and then keep going from there. It looks like an impossible task. I think I would have also said the one split, that the comeback was fairly impossible for NRG.
They managed to do it.
I never say never. NRG have been up 11-1 before and lost.
Cover going out.
It's very true.
But in that situation, it was their opponents putting the pressure of the reverse sweep on them. And in map 5, they fairly easily dealt with it. And that was what allowed them to lift the trophy at the end of last year. It's just all got to be absolutely perfect from here for MIBR.
And from what we've seen, it's been disjointed. No more timeouts, no more time for interjection, breathing room, time to think. Just got to drag it back 1 round at a time, but NRG, look at them. I mean, they're playing for the long haul. Orbs up, biding their time. The danger of a team like NRG, they're going to play every single round to win, even if they're on an eco. And they're hungry for the kill. Zekken desperately trying to escape this one, but Tex, Aspas, answer back. They slap them straight back down to earth and ground this NRG squad that was getting away with a little bit too much.
A good beginning, a clean conversion off the pistol. And a rare pistol. They couldn't have asked for a better time to be able to win one, but is it just too late?
That's the question.
They need Aspas to be hitting shots like that constantly, all across the map.
Bro, why me?
Maybe I have players in position here, especially Aspas. Deep smoke, though, is going to be obfuscating the sideline. You can see how difficult it is for him to get anything done with this scope weapon. Smokes and walls in his face potentially now, and that drone needs to be broken. Barely at that. It's a tag onto Bazzino. He's going to be forced out of the fight. And the issue's there. Turret gone. Spam through the smoke. Tex at least delivers that. Ethan's going to be dropped, but Scuba is finding his own marks. Out towards Garage and a call for the cancel. NRG want to make moves now to a different area of the map.
They're fully leaving, but they have no smokes. Ethan's dead.
Lambot spots it out. Tex is gone, though. Deleted. Gun out for Verno. And if he presses forwards here, he's going to be sorely disappointed. He still gets the one. Kiko trades it out, and that's the plan denied. Now picked up and running around. Mazzino with a wall up. Hold on to timing. Scuba connecting the kills here. Aspas left out in that 1v2. He has the rifle, but he doesn't know the positioning, and Matters already in that forward approach. Ready to take that first point, first contact, first shot for him. Jiggle. Seen it by the looks of it. Just backs himself out.
Yeah, I don't know whether he did.
Yeah, maybe not. Kiko is already moving to clear up most of A long and A lobby, so it looks like they have missed the mark. But again, how difficult this spot is for Aspas to play in. He doesn't know where any of these players are. Heaven compromised. Kiko all the way around. Here's the sound cues. That at least clears up one, but at this point, time is running short, and another tap. He's just looking for the next signs of life. At some point, he has to stick this, and he realizes it. Has to give it up, has to try and save this rifle, but now you can truly make no mistakes. This is the 12th round for NRG. One more is all it will take to complete one of the most dominant reverse sweeps I have ever seen.
9 opportunities. NRG have done such a good job to get themselves into this spot, and the way that they escape this situation is ridiculous too.
Yeah.
Ethan down, no smoke on the C connector, but they still get it with a nanoswarm and leave Aspas stuck in a 1v3. Mada's positioning makes it essentially impossible. Verno's going to take the Vandal no armor again.
In his match here, that is a very dangerous prospect. Dropped down to 75.
Yeah,
perhaps lucky to be alive, but
only a little bit of chip damage actually. I suppose it could have gone worse.
Yeah, it could have. All NRG need is one round. They know it. Close to a couple of ultimates here. Gonna be looking to make no mistakes. The spray of bullets is just relentless. It's an onslaught. That's just Brock trying to go for the turret that usually gets placed.
You don't want Tex to get a kill though. He would have his lockdown online, and it would allow them to pull Verno off the A site and play it much softer. Verno's telling the rest of his team to stay stacked.
It's good damage.
Zeki gets a 140.
Might be kicking himself if he didn't confirm that kill here. Maneuvering by NRG, leading over towards B.
Well, they haven't broken the alarm bot.
Lanes are pushed up. Ethan with a DTP in, but that snake bite. Goal achieved for NRG. They have 35 seconds left, but they wanted to pull out a bit of that util. They don't have any A control.
30 seconds left.
MIBR now. Zekken, Verno. Gonna try and put a stop to this. All the noise being made in the world now. It's obvious signs that this is gonna be leaning over towards A. Bodies are starting to get flooding into the site. Trying to reinforce this all the way up. The crossfire setup is there. Aspas, Zekken activating Verno. It's all there in time to keep this team alive.
It's not the best round that Ethan's ever called on the attack. But they've got such a buffer. You've got to imagine it doesn't matter too much. MIBR, though, managed to grab another round. And actually, Bonkar takes a tactical timeout, which I'm a little surprised about here, in the sense that you have so much opportunity to let the team find out the answers themselves. And do you really want the team that's mounting a comeback just takes a foot off the gas a little bit, thinking, all right, it's an anti-eco.
That's when it gets most dangerous, but maybe a round like this here, NRG will be taking risks. We'll be running it all the way down towards A here. There's a lot of sound cues are going to be heard. Matter. Stun offloaded, and a shot here. Aspas not scared to really just square up, try and posture and push back the approach. Good reveal. Dart tags onto Ethan, but he's not done yet as well. He's working his way in, eventually cleaned and mopped up by Verno. And a repeat of Aspas is there.
Kiko's just looking for anything he possibly can in the other direction. Maybe you can figure out what this defensive setup looks like from Tex.
Yeah, I'll be gathering information, a bit of recon duty, right?
Yeah, this time... Hello. Is it turret down?
Out of range, maybe?
Yeah. Shouldn't make too much difference.
No, it might be able to get a plan going.
This is Verno getting one away from being able to get his Fury online.
Kiko A lot of spots you can play for there. At least it gets the plant down. NRG, a bit more money can get built up for MIBR.
And they get the ult.
Yeah.
Well, Mazzino seems to be taking the defuse at the moment, but it should be going over towards Verno, who can now get a Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, and it will be.
And that'll apply a lot of pressure to NRG if they're looking to try to get a plant down. You know, they are starting to develop something here that's going to cause NRG a bit of trouble.
How many to believe?
Another 2 rifle rounds, I think. There's still just so many opportunities for any mistake, any big moment. And it's Santiago gone.
Yeah.
The tension must be ridiculous on the MIBR side.
I mean, it's got to have reached its apex now. No more mistakes. No more missteps. You have to play perfect Valorant to stay alive. Otherwise, NRG will be completing that reverse sweep.
They changed the defensive setup almost completely.
Yeah. Deep alarm bot down into A short, but all the way over towards B. NRG typically do a bit of poking and prodding, but this looks like a hard committal. Ethan's got the spike and he's in the back of the site. Second, he's gone. Finished off. And now with that pit blossoming out, this is dangerous tidings, Verno. Ult earned prior. Bit of respite there. Snakebite also to combo it all up, Matter. Playing skip rope over the top of that. Barely alive, and they don't think, really, I believe he's unaccounted for. In a spot like this, he might be able to do some serious work inside the pits. Aspas.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Scoped up. Rourke, shock darts. Mazzino's brought down. Is this how it ends? A round like this, a scenario like this.
They know that NRG have to go and get the spike, but they have no clue about Mada.
No. Aspas just hoping for signs of life. Mada! He's finally there. Shows his presence, the pit drops down, and a lockdown now to give them that buffer room, that breathing room. Verno and Tex have got it all to do in a spot like this. How do you push this back? World beater form, eager to take the fight, but the lockdown will force that respect into you. At least earning themselves a 2v3, lockdown of their own now to get back into the fight. What is the call to be made? Mada.
Good spam damage on the Mada.
Yeah, a whole load of bullets. He backs himself out and away. Everybody playing the distance now. NRG. Back it up, rolling retreat. They know the plan's down. They know the win con's within their grasp. Just a matter of execution at this point. Deep drone. Turret trying to spot out where all of these players are in the extremities. A tap. See where that swing is. Scuba, Kiko combine their might. This has to be it. The impetus, the turning point. NRG. Domination across the board. They make history in Americas. They complete the reverse sweep. And your final team.